Please make it loud for Josh Johnson!
I love being in Seattle. It's dope here, you know. Feels like if Brooklyn had mountains. Yeah, it's just a more relaxed, seemingly relaxed pace of life here than I'm used to. Because even y'all's, I'm not critiquing, I'm just noticing. Even y'all's crime is at a slower pace. You know what I mean? Like, y'all still got crime and everything, but when it happens, it's like, everybody's like, oh yeah, that is illegal. This didn't happen this time, but years ago, I was in Seattle and I saw, it was a very confusing sight. I don't know what I saw, but what it looked like from the outside, looking in Brooklyn to Seattle, what it looked like was this woman's purse had been stolen. But the thief and the woman weren't running. I think that's what confused us all, because we were, like, one of two things was happening, all right? Either a couple had an argument, the man walked away forgetting he had been holding his girlfriend's purse. So he walking off in a huff, and then she following him because maybe she knows whatever she said went a little too far this time. Or a man with very little commitment to his craft stole a woman's purse and then casually walked off. And then a woman who must not care about the purse decided, I'll go get it. It was so confusing because the man was walking, and he was walking like casually, just walking, holding the purse, but just walking. And then the woman behind him is like, hey, hey, hey. And then at one point she leaned towards the purse to grab, the strap. And the man was like, huh. That's when I had to reassess the whole situation. Because what if it was not this woman's purse? What if this woman is the lazy thief? What if this man is just trying to have a day out with his purse, and this woman who likes the purse is like, I would like to have that, and I don't plan on paying or running. And they just continue like that down the street. Hey, hey, hey. I watched them do this into the distance. I didn't want to get involved because, you ever get involved in an argument and you pick the wrong side, and now you don't know where you stand. You see two people arguing and everything. It's like you try to step in, try to be not necessarily a hero, but just a good Samaritan. Hey, what's the problem here, right? And then you feel like at the end of this thing you should have just left it alone. One time, I was doing a bar show, and we get out of the bar show, and in the parking lot is this couple having this shouting match, and this big old dude and this tiny woman, and he's not moving in a way that's threatening her, but he is like just yelling at her real loud. And she's yelling too, but he's got a booming voice and she just can't match his level. And they are getting like a little closer. He's still not like bucking up or anything. It's just, if anything, she's walking up to him, I guess to make her point, you know, a little bit more clearly. And so, I don't know, my friends and I saw this, and I just walked over, just being like, hey, y'all good? What's with all this yelling? And admittedly, I was talking to him. This is a big old dude yelling at this tiny woman. And I'm in my head, I'm like, all right, hopefully if I step in, somebody will back me up. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not big enough to stop him, and I don't know the proper techniques, but if I throw myself at him and somebody else is coming, then maybe together we could come up with something to do. And so he's yelling, she's yelling. I'm like, hey, y'all good? Y'all good? What's up? What's up? Calm down, bro. What's up? And then he's like, she poisoned my dog. Because I had everybody looking at me from when I said I'm gonna go say something. And then they heard that part, and then I'm like, I wish I was over there with y'all, because y'all were in the minding your business section. That looks like a better section to be in. And I didn't know what to do, because I don't know what their history is, but if the most recent thing that has happened is the poisoning of the dog, if the only thing that has happened is the poisoning of the dog, I think he might be in the right to raise his voice, to have a little volume, you know? I don't know the condition of the dog. And so he says that to me, and in the moment, they had both stopped yelling. They were both looking at me. And then the people who I left, my friends from the show, were also looking at me. And in my head, I'm like, well, this really shouldn't be on me. Like that's crazy. I came over to diffuse the situation, and then I became diffused. And so I'm like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? She poisoned my dog. And then everybody's just staring. And so I'm looking at my friends, and I turn back to those two, and I go from looking at him to looking at her, and I go, stop it. Nah, I hate picking the wrong side. Nah, it sucks. I've been watching the news, and I can't help but be taken aback what's going on between people and the companies that these people buy from. You know, Target, they know. Believe me. Target has been in more than hot water. They have been boycotted this year because Target, they're an interesting case because they took it upon themselves to try to be, or at least seem, super inclusive of everyone. Now, these companies aren't people. They're trying to make money, and the hope there is that everyone will want to spend their money here if we look like we're for everybody. That's the idea that goes into it. And a lot of people would say that that's just good business. You want to appeal to as many people as possible, so as many people as possible buy your product or products, right? And so they did that. They took it upon themselves to be the place where it's like, look, Target, you can come here, you can get anything. It doesn't matter who you are. We'll make up products just for you. All right? When your month comes around, we're going to make products. We're going to make products that nobody ever made before because nobody asked for. We are going to blow your mind with our products just for you. And they did every year. They managed to blow my mind by making a product that as a black person, I never knew I didn't want to see. Black History Month would come around and then they'd hit you with something where you're like, do you know any black people? Every product that Target came up with for black people during Black History Month felt like they came up with it off a rumor. Do you ever, in my head, I'm like, there's no way a black person pitched this thing, you know? It would just be like, it would be like grape flavored. You're groaning like you didn't see it too. Like, it just be like grape flavored root beer or something. It'd be like, hi, I don't know who told you to do this. They would come out with stuff that made you go, okay, well, even if a black person pitched you this, there's no way you're gonna make enough money off of this new product to make it worth it. Like, in my head, I was like, selling this for a month doesn't make sense. I think you can have a lot of leftover grape flavored root beer with nowhere to go. And so Target didn't just do it to, black people. They did it to everybody. All of my friends got a special month at Target that made them go, huh, this is odd. And they never got the response that they wanted. Like, I'm sure Target was like, oh, they'll love this. It's Pride Month, they'll love this. But none, not a single one, not any of my queer friends ever said, oh, we gotta get down to Target. They got that rainbow volleyball. You know that rainbow volleyball that we love, because rainbow is our whole personality. You know how we've never wanted anything unless it was rainbow. People do to queer people with rainbow what they do to like black people with products sometimes, where they'll be like, I don't know how to market it to black, just make it music, I guess. Try and get more black people to, I don't know, eat at Burger King. They're like, what about some drums? And so that's one of the things, is that Target, in their efforts, would sometimes still get into like these mini scandals off of people being like, what's the plan here? Some people would be offended sometimes. And then, there's obviously the thing online where people would get mad at the people getting offended. They're offended, the people are offended. And then they take up for Target, kind of, but then they don't even want the product. It's not like they want the product. And so they're taking up for Target because they're like, hey, we like grape flavored root beer over here, right? That never happened. It was always someone like, they made it for you, why are you so offended, right? And then taking up for Target as if they want a rainbow volleyball. Very weird. It's like a very weird investment to get into like a product that nobody is buying. And then Target would try to like sidestep. They try to come up with something else. It would be worse. It'd be so much worse. Next year, they're like, we're going to do right by everybody. This product is going to kill them, all right? They're going to love it. Watermelon paper plates. And then they see the article and they're like, okay, maybe that was bad. I don't know, maybe, how was I supposed to know? It's not like any black people are like in the C-suite, so. There was one too that cracked me up. This one genuinely is very funny to me. Like none of them really offended me, but I really couldn't get offended at this one because it was so funny. So basically, Black History Month came around and they had made a bunch of like prominent black leaders, these magnets with a bunch of prominent black leaders on them, and all of the magnets were like labeled to the wrong person. Like it was. You could just tell whoever did it that day. Like they were looking at Booker T. Washington, they were like, Muhammad Ali. Like, I just don't know who that product's for. Like personally, I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know who was like, oh, life is good. It's almost perfect. But you know what I don't have? Martin Luther King on my fridge. And sometimes people were more than just offended by these products. Sometimes people felt like that this was like a direct mocking or something, you know? And so then they would boycott Target. And a lot of these previous boycotts, I don't really know how much market value, I don't really know how much stock went down because there wasn't really a unified front on some of these boycotts. I'm sure they hurt, but they didn't make news in how much they hurt, you know. And then in 2020, in the wake of George Floyd's murder, right? Target, like a lot of companies, made pledges. They made pledges. Target pledged somewhere in the neighborhood of like $2 billion to black businesses over time and $100 million to black communities also over time. And yeah, that was you look back at 2020 and you remember 22. You remember what everybody was like, we gonna stop being racist. Remember that? Remember in 2020, I mean, we were all in our rooms. Everybody was like, who would I even be racist to? They're not here. You know how hard it is to be racist when they not even here. You know, we're gonna stop it. We're all gonna stop it. Companies pledged to stop it. People pledged to stop it. Everything. And then we got outside and we were like, oh, I remember. This is America. Come on now, we gotta do a little racism. We said it, but come on, we said a lot of things, all right? We said we were gonna learn another language. We didn't do that either. We were inside. You say crazy stuff when you get cabin fever, like I'll stop being racist. No. And so then you have the next few years where Target themselves, no one was talking to Target that I know of. Nobody had put a target on Target to like be the great hope of black business. They got involved. They were like, and we'll do $2 billion. But nobody was looking at them that I know of. They just inserted themselves, you know, like an annoying person would. And they made a big pledge. That's a big pledge. Even if you were a multi-billion-dollar company, $2 billion is like a lot. And so you see when Target gets all into all the diversity, all the inclusivity and everything, that's just to try to make money. I hope we can all understand that. And not just because they betrayed the things that they said that they cared about like 5 years ago. I think even when they were saying it, even when it was happening, we were like, okay. I mean, I look at a company making promises about how much its mission cares about people, multi-billion-dollar company. I look at that the way I look at like sexting. If you've ever been sexted before, depending on who it is, you've read the message and you've said to yourself, the thing I say to myself when I read the mission statement of a billion-dollar company, you're not gonna do all that. No, that's a lie, that's a lie. And I don't even know where this money was supposed to go or where it started going or if it was just for the press release. I have no idea. But I know that when Trump won, Trump immediately, day one, was like, we're going to get rid of DEI. We're going to get rid of all of these programs. We want everything to be merit-based and fair. So obviously we have to get rid of as many people as possible who earn their position over time. And so that's what he did. He started making moves immediately. And then Target, once again, could have done nothing. That's what's so crazy about the situation Target's in. They could have said nothing. Nobody was checking for the watermelon paper plates. In fact, if a Black History Month went by and Target didn't make a new product, we probably would have thought, wow, good on you. Y'all really have learned from your ways. Y'all really a regular store now. You're not trying to help or anything. You're not throwing out, Malcolm X, but it's Michael Jackson. Y'all are just being a regular store where I can go buy regular paper plates. They didn't have to say anything, but then Target came out once again, inserting themselves like an annoying person would, and being like, hey, we're getting rid of DEI too. People were like, oh, okay. Once again, no one was talking to you. And look, these are moves that are made for money. That's what they always were. Even when I heard about those pledges from Target, it didn't make me go, oh, Target, you care about me? I was like, all right, yeah, I guess the next time I'm on my way home, I need one of those, toothpick things. The thing that's like floss, but it has a handle. I guess if I need one of those and Target is on the way home, maybe I'll buy it at Target. That's as much as it moved me. But just because I didn't have a business and I didn't really know what this pledge meant, so it didn't change my mind about Target. I don't care about Target enough for my mind to be changed. I just went on about my life. And then whenever they made this statement of we're getting rid of all of our DEI too, I was like, guys, I still don't care about you. You can't move me one way or the other. There are other stores on the way home. But people who either were pledged that money or have been watching Target to make sure they kept their word, they noticed that statement. And they noticed that it's pretty convenient to get all the social capital out of making a pledge. A $2 billion pledge and a $100 million pledge that you haven't had to come up good on. And now you're going to end it just in time to not really have to get into it. That's very convenient. And so then there were people who called them up on it. They were like, all right, look, a pledge is a pledge. You can label it however you want, but you said publicly that you would be donating this money. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to boycott. We're going to boycott Target. And then this Target boycott started. And a lot of people poo-pooed it initially. A lot of people were like, Target gets boycotted all the time. Didn't you hear about the grape-flavored root beer? But this thing was different. And there's a lot of numbers in it. There's a lot of numbers to the tune of $100 million to more than $2 billion. This thing takes off, really takes off. And I found out about it late. I did. I'll tell you right now. I found out about the Target boycott very, very late. And I don't mean very, very late as in yesterday. I found out about it when I was in Target. I was in Target. And then there was somebody also in Target leaned over to me and was like, hey, we don't shop here right now. You got to see this from my perspective real quick. From my perspective, I had gone into a store. Into a store. I'm not thinking about his Target. I went into a store to get what I needed to get. And then while shopping, I was approached by someone who was like, "We don't shop here right now." You know how perplexing that is? So many things were going through my head at one time, because the first thing is like, "We don't shop here right now." In my head, I'm like, "All right, do you work at like Walmart or something? Like, do you?" What's your deal, right? Then I had another thought. I was like, "Okay, all right, we don't shop here right now. But you're in here." I said, "But you're in here." And they were like, "I'm in here to let people know we don't shop here right now." And I was like, "Oh, interesting and effective." Like I wasn't aware. It's just so funny to have somebody in the store to let people know we don't shop at the store. It just feels like the most, it's just the most like, what's it called? It's the most civility I've seen in what must feel like to the store, robbing the store. Because I put down, like in my hand, I had the toothpick with the handle, and I was like, "Oh, I already had it in my hand, but I guess I can put it back." And then I walked out, and that's money that they didn't make. It's like that thing is effective. And so I didn't buy the toothpick thing. I left, right? And in my head, I left, but I was also like, all right, that thing was like $6, so I guess I didn't get my $6, but hopefully they really needed it. Hopefully that $6. I love when a company who's done something bad need the money bad. Like, you know, like when somebody needs the money bad, they're like, "Hey, look, brother, look. If you can hold me over with this $8. And so, you know, I left. I went to CVS. To my knowledge, they hadn't done anything, so felt like a safe place to get the toothpicks. I've had something in between my teeth the entire day, so I need it desperately. Even when the man was telling me we don't shop here right now, he was like, "Ooh, you got..." And so, yeah, so I left. And wasn't really sure what would come of it. And then on the way home, I'd see Target and be like, yeah, whatever. I'll make it to CVS. It's 2 more blocks. Really not knowing, because a boycott now is different than a boycott from the past. A boycott from the past, you had to. It was imperative that you used your body and your voice to be there in real time. You had to go there. You had to go out. You had to pick it outside of the store to let people know how you felt about the store. And the numbers that you had, it sort of dictated the narrative, you know? Because they couldn't run. They had newspapers that they could maybe run some ads in or try to create a narrative, but nobody could argue with what they saw with their own eyes. Not yet. It wasn't present day. Because now, if you want to boycott, you have options. You have options you never had in the past. You can be there with your voice, with your body, right? Or you could be online organizing a different picket line, organizing a different room full of people in agreement with you, outrage at this company, you think they've done something wrong. And it doesn't even have to be a worthy cause. Truly, that's what's crazy about it. It's like, it's the same as it's always been, but there's just different avenues to do those same things. So now you have the benefit. Instead of needing to fly everyone who cares about this thing and thinks this thing to the same space that you're in right now, to be in a picket line with you so you can show the company that hundreds, maybe even thousands of people feel this way. You can just be online. These companies, they're trying to be just like us. They're trying to act and behave like people. They want you to think of them as a person, which is why they do things to try to ingratiate themselves to you like a person would. They make pledges of things they'll do, things that maybe would ingratiate you to them and feel like they're your friend. They're not your friend, they're a corporation. But you can use the fact that they want to seem like a person to you to let them know how you feel about them. That's access that has never happened until now, you know? And so you get all of these people doing it at one time, and it does have a compound effect. Because it's not as visible as it was in 50s, 60s, 70s, I think we sometimes lose a little bit of hope and a little bit of understanding of what a boycott can do, of what a protest can do, because it seems like these companies have so much money that they can never be brought back down. But that's just not true. You know, you look at Target from then to now, and I know market valuations go up and down. I know they fluctuate. Things are not set in stone just because they go bad for a while. But them going bad for a while is a wake-up call to the company. And people boycotted Target, even up until present day. I don't know when it'll be over, to be honest with you. I really don't know when I can go in Target again. And I'm not thirsty to go in Target again. I'm just like, it's on the way home, and I just have to keep reminding myself, like, no, we not, no, right? But Target has lost more than it promised. Target's lost more than $100 million, and has lost more than the $2 billion that it pledged. You know, by the most recent estimate that I saw, and it could be different on a different day, it could be different in this moment, but Target, through this boycott, has lost somewhere in the neighborhood of $12.4 billion in market value. And it's because of people boycotting. I think a boycott is also difficult to wrap your head around sometimes because it's not doing something. You know what I mean? It's not, you aren't. It's not like like when you go and protest, you went and you protested, and now your throat is sore, your feet tired. But a boycott is like, don't. Like y'all are doing it right now. Like y'all are boycotting Target right now. You just don't go. Because I'm like chronically online, sometimes people get upset about stuff, and I don't get it because it's not my thing to be upset about. Like it's not, maybe it's not my culture, or I don't have the connection to it that other people have. So, you know, I don't necessarily take all outrage seriously, but when people are upset, I try to hear them out to a point. Doesn't mean I'm gonna agree, but I'm like, let's see why this is such a big deal. And I didn't know about the attack on culture that's been happening this week. I didn't realize how bad things are out here. I didn't know. Admittedly, I didn't know. I looked into it as soon as I did. I had no idea the impact of changing the Cracker Barrel logo. I didn't know what this would do to people. Now, if you're sitting there wondering, what is Cracker Barrel? If you were sitting there wondering, what is Cracker Barrel? You've lived a good life. If you're sitting there wondering what Cracker Barrel is, you are doing perfectly fine. But just to bring you up to speed, it is a restaurant, a sit-down restaurant, and they have a side that is restaurant. They have a side that's like little gift shop, knickknacks and stuff. It's very cute. I grew up in the South, so I grew up with Cracker Barrel, right? And Cracker Barrel, they look. Listen to me, all right? sometimes something happens, and everyone is so reactionary now that like they don't form their opinion authentically. I saw this and I didn't care. And when you don't care, you're able to be at least a little bit closer to objective, right? So I saw what was happening. And they changed the Cracker Barrel logo. If you've never seen the Cracker Barrel logo, get ready. As far as logos go, it does the job. It says Cracker Barrel, and then there's a barrel. And then there's a guy next to the barrel, right? And the guy next to the barrel posted up. The guy next to the barrel is out here feeling himself. He's over here like... And the new logo says Cracker Barrel with really nothing else, with really like just two ovals around it. It is objectively worse. I understand that the people upset are making it about something that I at least don't think it's about, right? Because there were people that saw them get rid of the guy and the barrel, and then they were like, this. The first impression was of someone who had a stroke over it. But people genuinely were like, this is insane. This can't stand. This is white genocide. Listen to me. I'm no expert, and I could be wrong. I'm wrong all the time. But I'm pretty sure that just as many white people are alive after they changed the logo as there were before the logo change. And any people who have sadly passed was incidental. I don't think it had anything to do with the Cracker Barrel logo change specifically. And look, I don't know who this dude was to the, like, I don't know if somebody just drew him or if that's like the founder. I don't know, because admittedly I didn't care enough to get into it. But all I know is that look, I'm not on their side as far as everything they're saying, but this is a worse logo. Like, it just is. They basically did the Washington football team to white people. They just up there saying what it is and not giving us anything else. Nah, it's rough. It really, that's bad. Especially with that guy, that was, I don't know. Y'all did it. It said Cracker Barrel, and then there was the barrel, and then there was the guy. Y'all being rude, not me. And so, yeah, Cracker Barrel was facing immense backlash, threats of a boycott. They done with Cracker Barrel over here. And admittedly, look, if we're talking business for a second, just business, it is kind of wild that the CEO said something to the effect, this is what I've read, the CEO said something to the effect of, MAGA doesn't have to eat here. We'll respect their decision not to, right? So they got directly called out. They got directly called out by this CEO. I don't even know what prompted it. I don't know what the question was that led to that answer. But I will say, look, we talking business. From business. Remember, business. I'm gonna throw it out there, and I could be wrong. I love being wrong. I could be wrong, but I do think they were the only ones eating there. So like, that would be like the dude at the Red Hat Company being like, we don't need MAGA. It's like, unless there's a new baseball team, I think you might. No, it was truly wild. And now MAGA's had a insane backlash. Look, I don't know what's bots and what's actually people upset. All I know is I've seen a lot of tweets. A lot of tweets being like, I can't believe, look at these. You know what's funny too? It's like sometimes people get mad at you and they start describing you in their anger. And it doesn't sound as bad as they think it sounds, but because it's what they're mad at you about, it sounds bad. I saw this one tweet that was like, look at this woman. She single-handedly tanked Cracker Barrel stock because she wanted to be a woke girl boss. She wanted to put her whole life into her career, and then she rose to the level of CEO. Only to tank the company, though. She tanked the company. And yes, she's a young CEO, but she tanked the company. I'm just like, as you list the thing, like as I was reading the tweet, I was like, I mean, outside of like 8 of these words, this is a good LinkedIn profile. That's why it almost felt like a bot, because it was like complimentary and angry at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, after her departure from this company, she came to Cracker Barrel, where she quickly rose through the ranks, only to tank the company, but quickly rose through the ranks. Okay. No. And like, that's the other thing that's frustrating about being online right now is like, because so many people are not clear with the joke they're trying to make, I don't know what is a joke as far as like the remodel and redesign of Cracker Barrel, because that's also what's happening. They changed the logo, but changing the logo is what companies do when they're just floating something. They're just throwing the idea out there to sort of test the market reaction. Maybe they've already actually changed the logo, but it's very easy for a company to tweet out from the company account, what do y'all think about this logo? And do your market research that way. It's simple enough. But they said that not only were they changing the logo, they were going to remodel and redesign 500 locations, is at least what I read. And I saw a picture of the redesign. Look, I already wasn't eating at Cracker Barrel, so it's really like no stress to me. But for those that love Cracker Barrel, I was a little stressed out for them because they really trying to modernize it, I guess. And the reactions to it were interesting. The reactions to it, it blew my mind a little bit. Because there were people genuinely being like, this is an erasure of American culture, and it is an erasure of white culture, like white heritage and everything. And like, I've been to a Cracker Barrel, and yes, it's very white, but like, I'm not even saying Cracker Barrel is bad. I'm just saying like, oh. I'm trying to like figure out how to word this. Like, it's like, if you want to just talk about like white culture. Like if you concerned with like white heritage, it's just Cracker Barrel should be so low on that you know what I mean? I've grown up around white people. I've known white people my whole life, and very few have ever mentioned Cracker Barrel when it wasn't at the next exit. Like, I didn't know it meant this much to white people. That's ignorant of me. I am sorry to be walking around in America of all places, not knowing how important this was to your heritage and culture. I don't know. I'm not gonna speak for anybody, but I feel like even white people read that and were like, eh? No, I've had Cracker Barrel because, you know, I've been on the road, and I've always had it when it was like the last stop. It was like you either eat now, because they know where to put the Cracker Barrel. You either eat now, or you wait 35 minutes until the saddest McDonald's. You know what I mean? It's either like, look, you either have a burger or some pancakes, or you wait 35 minutes to be poisoned. You can decide. You can either have a little too much syrup on your pancakes, or, you know, have the Snickers flavored hemlock. It just makes me mad. They're not even trying to be food anymore. They're like, no, we put the fryer is in the floor now. Like, we just... It doesn't change. It does not change. I have a friend he's sweet. He's a good person. He's a very good person. But he is like gross. That's just a fact. I'm not being mean. I've told him to his face. And he has before, you know, eaten in his car to the point of not knowing that he had like a wrapper in his car, and to the point of like maybe not finishing his meal in the car, going inside, and to the point of having an old burger in his car for quite a while. And a McDonald's burger, to be fair, not just picking on McDonald's here, any burger left out for long, for days, for road trips will smell. My problem is a McDonald's burger left in your car for a month. Stop smelling. Food is supposed to go through a process. Whatever that food is, it could be fruits, it could be vegetables, it could be meats, right? It could be everything except like maybe seeds are supposed to go through a change. You know, they get to a point where they're growing, they get to a point where they're ripe. Even if it's meat, you get to a point where the animal is killed, the animal is prepared, and then the meat is there to be eaten. Even with processed food, the process is usually to extend the shelf life of the food, but there's still a time to eat it and a time to not. And the fact that McDonald's goes through the process, like the burger goes through the process, they actually, you know, I think, kill a cow. They actually, I assume, make a burger. And then they actually sell it to you. And then maybe you get two, and then you only have time to eat one. And then maybe it falls off the passenger seat, and then it slides back because you were making a sharp left turn because you don't know how to drive. So you You change lanes last minute when you're on the highway like a lunatic who's trying to get killed, who's trying to be injured in a car accident. And so you swerve, and then that swerve slides the burger under the seat, and you go about your life. You know, you get home, you go to work the next day, you come home, you go to work the next day, you come home, and you do start to smell something. But because you're gross, you're not going to do anything about it. You just sort of know that you smell it. You're aware that there is a smell. You just are thinking about it sometimes like, never mind. That's the thought process of someone who is nasty. Because you know it's in your car, you know it's here. And you recognize it from before, from the last time you went, nah, probably not a big deal. Probably not worth addressing. And then you wait. You wait until a friend, a good friend, a person who is not nasty, person named Josh gets in your car because you offered them a ride. And when you take one of your famous left turns and almost hit the car in front of you, you slam on the brake. And when you slam on the brake, something slides to the front of the... Something hits poor Josh's foot. Josh, being inquisitive, looks down and sees a fully wrapped McDonald's burger, and reaches down, and there's a feeling in the burger. A little tough. And then I'm like, oh, your burger fell. And then you disgusting freak, you go, what burger? And I'm like, this burger. And then I hold up the burger, and then you go, I haven't had McDonald's in weeks. And then Josh goes, oh. It's either that or Cracker Barrel, okay? And look, a part of me understands where people are coming from. Part of me understands that some people hate change. Some people love the nostalgia of going to Cracker Barrel. Some people they like it as a restaurant and they would prefer it stay the same. That's actually pretty normal. I even get upset sometimes when a grocery store that I like switches up the aisles a little bit. They're like, actually, we figured that the noodles should go over with the pasta. We had broken it up by ethnicity of the foods, and then we were worried that looked bad. So then we just put every noodle-shaped thing together, the noodles, the pasta, even just long sticks, they all on the same aisle right now because we're one people. We don't want to break people off and make people be like, ooh, you not as good, you gotta go further in the store and to aisle 8 because you like this sort of noodle. We just put everything in one. Even then, even when that's their reason, I'm like, ugh, why'd you have to change it? I knew where it was. Now I gotta be in here longer. And so I get people who are like, I just don't like it. I don't get people who are like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. That always ends up, I don't know, people always end up telling on themselves in that regard. If this is the worst thing that's ever happened to you, that a company you don't own changed their logo that you only looked at when you went. I don't know who loves Cracker Barrel enough to have the logo in a frame and kiss that picture every night before bed. I don't know what sort of Cracker Barrel freaks are out there. But yeah, the backlash has been stiff. It was swift. It happened quickly. They announced this change, and then they lost, apparently, $100 million in market value. I didn't know there were that many people to be upset about Cracker Barrel in dollars. I don't know if Cracker Barrel can afford that. The knickknacks are only like $2, so. No, they're in hot water right now. You just never think of the word valuation when you think of Cracker Barrel. Do you know what I mean? Like if Cracker Barrel, if they had been talking about Cracker Barrel on like Wolf of Wall Street, it would have been because the main character was smoking crack out of a barrel. You know what I mean? Wild to me that people are this upset. And I don't know, that's what I find interesting about like boycotts and protests sometimes, is that it just needs to be intentional to be effective, you know? And it could happen to any company. They forget that all the time, that it could happen to any of them, you know? But it just doesn't happen often enough. You know, they've consolidated to a point, they've built up monopolies to a point where if you're gonna participate, you have to buy from one of them or some of them some of the time. And that's the situation we find ourselves in, you know? And then it's nice when you get a little glimmer of hope when people decide to, you know, vote with their dollar and say, if this is how you feel about me, Target, then nah. Then no. And then, while you may not be Target's #1 customer, you may not be a Target head. Them not getting your $3.50, them not getting your $26.42, them not getting your $100, them not getting your $5, them not getting your $3, them not getting your $485, you're moving. Them not getting all manner of money from you starts to equal up to about $100 million. And because of the system that we live in, you know, very few of us, and I say us as in all of America, will have that much money to move. That is a very minute part of the entire population that has that amount of money to move, but together we have that much money to move. You know? And because these companies are not people, because people you can reason with, people can understand something that is based in logic, you know? But companies don't. Companies only understand gains and losses. And so the only way to make them understand is to make them lose. And make them lose so much that it hurts, and it really hurts. And then maybe when it really hurts, they'll make a change, not because better people are there, not because they fired a CEO and then hired a better person as a CEO. I don't know that many CEOs, but I imagine at a certain point, they have a similar outlook on the company and a similar outlook on the employees. I think that because of the system that we've built, when it comes to corporations, you're gonna find very few compassionate CEOs or just incredibly reasonable people who wanna do what's best for the customer. That might be what they say, but what the company does is different. And so I think that inside of all of that, You make the company hurt until someone comes along and maybe their background is in accounting, maybe they're a sociologist, who knows, maybe they started in PR, but they know we have to reverse course or else the hurt will continue. And then you get what you want. You get what you boycotted for, what you protested for. These things are still possible, and it is simple, it is not easy, and it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a long time. We are at an advantage. We're at an advantage that the people in the 50s, 60s, and 70s weren't at, because we don't need to be there all the time with our body using our specific voice. We can organize online. We can organize in person as well. We can build community around a cause. And then we can exact that cause to the tune of $100 million, you know? And then when that thing happens, maybe the next company will go, but you know what happened to Target.
Welcome to Josh Johnson Show. I'm Josh Johnson, joined by my co-host, fellow stand-up comedian Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. If you're listening, you think, man, Josh sounds like he's in a cave. It's actually a WeWork. It's not a cave.
Yeah, I did not see this coming. I did not think that my week would go like this, but I am in a WeWork.
Yeah.
And that's where we're recording from.
That's what we do. That's what we do to try to make it a weekly episode. We'll even just have to go, and I can just see people walking around behind you.
Yeah. One day we will have to record in a cave.
Me and that guy behind you in the hallway just made eye contact.
Yep.
Well, hey, man, do you want to open up the mailbag?
I would love to.
Let's do it. Ooh, which one do I want to go first? I got a whole collection here. Do you want to throw me a number, or do you want me to just pick one at random?
Go with number 3.
Number 3. Here we go. All right. This is the third one I have here. This one is just called Realizing Aldi is Not Aldo. And this is from Claire. Hi, Josh and Logan. I'm so glad I found your pod after watching Josh's stand-up. I've been absolutely binging the show from episode 1. Anyway, it was only in the 10th episode or so when I realized that I was getting Aldi mixed up with Aldo, the shoe store. I didn't know there was a shoe store called Aldo. Did you know that?
Yep.
Okay. So because Josh mentioned something about groceries. So you kind of threw it for a loop then. Upon Googling it, I realized my mistake, but also I can't imagine Josh selling shoes. So anyway, hold on. Why do you think can't imagine you selling shoes? What do you think you're lacking to
shoe salesman energy, I think.
Yeah.
I think if I tried to sell you a shoe, it wouldn't seem like I really had shoes in the back.
Yeah, it sounds like you just want to see my feet.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, you look like a size 10. I think you'd just be creeped out.
Yeah. Just let me go pause on it. Let me feel around. So anyway, I had a question for y'all. Are there any basic things that you were confused about for a long time or mistook for something else? Like how Logan thought might as well was mind as well. Thanks for brightening my day during stressful times and always making me laugh way too hard in the streets. Signed, Claire. Thank you, Claire. God,
do you want to go first?
I don't know if I have any of them left to say. I feel like we've already revealed so many of the things we were wrong about.
Did I already tell you about hummus?
I don't think so.
So this is embarrassingly recent that I found this out.
Okay.
I found this out when I was like 23 or 4.
Okay.
So I didn't know what hummus was because I didn't grow up eating hummus. We didn't have a lot of Mediterranean dishes in Louisiana to begin with. And then as a family, no one ever cooked like that or made that stuff or bought those pre-made meals.
Right.
So I didn't grow up with like baba ganoush or like any of these things. Mm-hmm. And so I came across hummus for the first time at a picnic when I was still pretty little, and I just didn't try any of it. But I saw all of the white people clamoring. It wasn't like it was a brawl, but they went right for it, you know? And they kept talking about it. They were like, oh, the hummus was delightful. They were just going on and on about the hummus. And then, you know, years later, it didn't come up for years. And then I was at another function and there was hummus. And by that point, I knew I didn't like white sauces. Like I didn't like mayo. I didn't like a lot of the, and I was very weird about creaminess. So I even started eating guac a little bit late because the texture, I didn't like it at first when I was little. And then it took me a while to fall in love with it, you know?
That kind of makes sense for what I know about your finicky food habits. Yeah.
So then it's not until I start working at Trader Joe's that I am like, oh, no, it's right before Trader Joe's. So in college, I just finally asked someone because, you know, I went to college with a lot of white people as well. And so they would just go on about hummus and how like hummus was their favorite snack, like hummus and chips or hummus and celery. And so I was like, what is hummus? And they were like, it's chickpeas. And I was like, oh, okay, just mashed up. They're like, it's mashed up chickpeas. I'm like, just mashed up chickpeas? They're like, yeah, okay. And it's not until I start working at Trader Joe's and I'm stocking the shelves that I see a can of how do you pronounce it? What are they? It's like it's even another word for chickpea.
Another word for chickpea?
Yeah, I can't think of it right. Garbanzo bean.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Yeah, because chickpeas are also garbanzo beans. Is that right?
I don't know if that one's true.
That may not.
I can't back you up on that.
But anyway, I'm putting up garbanzo beans. I'm putting up chickpeas, like all this stuff. And it's not until I hold the can of chickpeas and see the picture of the chickpeas as I'm stocking it that I'm like, oh, mashed up chickpeas. So I thought all this time, as long as I've asked what hummus was and thought I knew what hummus was, that hummus was battered, like beat to death, mushed up baby chickens. Because I thought a chickpea was a chicken baby.
Interesting.
And so I was so disgusted by hummus.
Whoa.
And I was so disgusted by people who ate hummus because I was like, you're just eating battered babies.
Wait, so, okay, hang on. So you, not only do you think it was ground up chicks, but you thought chickpea was the name of chicks, like
I
baby
thought
chick.
Chickpea was the name of chicks.
So this was several things. This was
This is so many layers deep of wrong that's why the story was boring at first because I had to take you all the way back to like, okay, here's hummus, then here's chickpeas,
yes,
then here's beans, and then because then some hummuses aren't even chickpeas. They're like there's one that's like it's got a different name, but essentially a hummus with a different bean.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I used to think way too old. Like we're talking 20. I would be at a party and I'd see hummus and I'd be like, why would you?
Wow.
I didn't even try it until I found out it was mashed up beans.
Well, and listen, to throw myself out there.
It has the same thing as pate. It has the same look as pate.
Ooh, pate. He had to
get
all high class on me about pate now all of a sudden.
Now, but isn't pate mashed up chicken? That's
think
actually
so.
Mashed up chicken, right?
I think so. It's mashed up.
So I also thought that it was mashed up babies because of pate. So I was sure people were out here eating dead bird baby and loving it and bragging about it. And so I was like, man, people are gross. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's like poultry caviar, kind of, if you think about it.
That's exactly what I thought it was. I thought it was like chicken caviar, which I'm sure is a thing that people love that are rich.
I think that's just scrambled eggs.
No.
I think that's what chicken caviar is. It's just scrambled eggs.
No. I'm talking about some bougie. We made the chicken think it was going to have a wonderful life, and then we stole the dreams out of it.
Yeah. Well, I will say, I had one during the telling of that story because I did not know chickpeas and garbanzo beans were the same thing. I didn't know that. I thought they were totally different because I never even really put it together that chickpea was a bean. Makes sense. It's a pea. That pea is a type of bean, basically. So I just had one during that story.
Yeah.
But you also reminded me of a different one of that type of food, I remember. Because I was thinking back, I'm like, oh, yeah, what did I think of hummus? Because I didn't know what it was for a long time either, because we just didn't have it, growing up in, rural Midwest. So kind of come from the same place. But I remember at a time when there was, it was actually at film school, and it was like a dinner for this, like one of the school film festivals that I had to film in, and, we won an award, no big deal. But was there, and I remember they had food there, and it was like, like hummus, and they also had falafel there. And I realized in that moment I'd never actually had falafel before. Because when I bit into it, I really was kind of expecting, because how they look like they're little brown balls, really, in my head when I was about to bite it, I was preparing to basically be tasting like a hush puppy from Long John Silver's.
Yeah, it's just a Greek hush puppy.
Yeah, but wildly different flavor combinations. So I remember I bit into it and was shocked. It wasn't bad, but I was shocked, where I almost like spit it up because my brain was so prepared for something else.
So,
and I don't think it's gross. I like it. It was just when you're not prepared, when you're thinking it tastes like something entirely different.
So when I was in, it had to be like the second grade. We were having lunch, and a kid thought that his mom packed him, orange juice, and she had packed him a chocolate milk, but it was in a little thermos to keep it cool. Mm-hmm. And so he opens up his icebox and he goes to drink it, and he almost chokes on it. Not just because it's the opposite of what he could imagine. Because if you're thinking, if you've prepared your mouth, if your brain has told your mouth, hey, we're about to witness the tanginess of orange juice. All right.
Yeah.
And the particular orange juice that you drink at home, right? So we're talking about, hey, maybe you're an Ocean Spray kid. Maybe you're a Sunny D child,
Yeah.
But this kid goes to take a drink and almost chokes because not only is chocolate milk hitting his mouth and he's confused, but he also choked because he went to say what while he was drinking. So he goes to take a sip. We're talking at the table, and then we just hear him say what, like he's at the bottom of a lake. And that's what I thought of when you bit into the falafel. Just what?
It kind of was. I about went and like, and then even had to take a second, collect myself, and be like, it didn't taste bad. I just wasn't prepared.
I remember I once had liver at a restaurant they had this weird thing where instead of just one big entree, they would give you two things that could be considered an entree, but they give you smaller portions, and then they give you a bigger side and then a dessert. So it's almost like you're showing up to this restaurant to get a TV dinner, because the portions, I appreciate the portions because they were manageable. It actually felt like a European restaurant because not only were they cooking very well, but you left feeling full without feeling sick and cleaning your plate at the same time.
Big, yeah.
Like a lot of times in America, if you stop when you're full, you look like you've wasted a dinner.
Oh, for sure. Especially in the Midwest. I told somebody about that, of just like food portions here are just like, even if you order something healthy, the salad's coming out in a wheelbarrow. Like it's not, actually I might have said that on the show. Maybe I'll cut that out. I may have said that on our very show.
But basically I got like a liver and something else, and it was finally time to taste the liver, and I didn't even close my mouth. I cut a piece, I put it on my tongue. It hit my tongue, and I was like, oh. And I let it fall right out of my mouth.
Yeah, it's upsetting, especially when you have an experience like that at a restaurant, because then you want to also make sure you're not making a show of it, but also get it out of my mouth. Mm-hmm. Speaking of experiences at restaurants, you ready for this next email?
Oh yeah,
it'll make sense. But this is from Anna. I believe this is our old friend Elsa, Anna, because they mentioned Sweden here. So from Elsa, Hey guys, love your show. It lifts me up on rainy days. I can relate to Josh's friend. She is a trooper. The friend she is referencing is the friend from episode 99 who went on the date with the ventriloquist.
Yeah.
So she is relating to this friend. Long story short, I was on a date with this gentleman, well-dressed, polite, and attentive. But pretty quick during dinner, at a nice place, he brings up his fascination for feet.
Oh, God. I was imagining so many other things besides feet.
Feet was his kink. I wasn't shocked, but more surprised by the topic, and feet is not my kink. Well, he slides down from his stool, trying to be discreet, grabs...
I watch you. We should do a reading. We should do a reading of you reading erotica half a sentence at a time.
Yeah, get ready for that Patreon bonus.
Because the story is already not sexy, but it's so much less sexy when you stop.
I'm
to be
literally
like, tried to be discreet.
Well,
oh God,
he slides. Wonder how soundproof those WeWork booths are.
I hope not at all.
Well, he slides down from his stool, trying to be discreet, grabs my feet, pulls off my open toe heels, takes a good look at my manicured toenails, licks his lips, and sniffs my shoe. Jesus Christ. Wow.
The fact that he was holding her foot, and then you could just see it, like in a movie, it would be like he was about to go sniff her foot, and then just completely ignores her foot to sniff the shoe.
Yes, yeah. He licked his lip at the at the foot, but then just puts it over his mouth like Dennis Hopper in Blue Velvet, you know. I was throwing up in my mouth. By the way, the restaurant was full. Take care.
He had to say excuse me to somebody he went on a date with to get down.
Oh.
And get at that foot.
Take care.
He probably tripped somebody while he was down there sniffing.
Yeah, tripped, just knocked over a server. Take care and stay cool. Love, Anna. A show in Sweden coming up? ? Man, that'd be awesome. We'll keep you posted. But just know, Anna, you've now turned Josh into a person who laughs like a crazy person at an office on his own show.
This is the wildest thing about all this is I told that story.
The ventriloquist story?
The ventriloquist story when I was in Amsterdam. And the audience was so much more concerned than they were laughing. Like they found it kind of funny, but they were mostly like, what happened to her? Like, did he kill her?
Yeah. What's the punchline? She's missing now? Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, God. The boldness too, to finally bring it up, just be like, feet is my kinks anyway, and then just slither it down. your chair like the Grinch to get to the ground.
The restaurant was full.
The restaurant
Trying to
was
be
full.
discreet. Not even trying to be charming enough that you go home with him and then maybe he sees your feet because you're getting undressed. It's fully trying to be discreet right now because he can't wait. This is the other crazy thing about that is that a foot fetish is like, I remember in the 90s when we were little and you'd hear about a foot fetish and it was the weirdest thing. Like people used to like really be really weird about it.
Yeah.
That it was even a kink at all. And now it's like the bottom of the, it's just so much
It's
more stuff and weirder stuff and like
it's basic
extreme
now.
stuff. It's super basic.
Feet's basic.
The
at this
thing
point.
that's crazy about a foot fetish versus any of the other fetishes is that just about everybody that you're going to date has feet.
Yeah.
So you
Some
don't
don't,
even
but-
need to be into, you don't even need to be into the foot fetish for yourself because the other person is just attracted to your feet. It would be a totally different thing if your foot fetish was people being into your feet. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Kind of by, I don't know. I guess I kind of see them going together, but maybe I don't know. I'm not necessarily a feet guy. I don't know.
I'm not a feet guy either, but to me, it's like when someone's says they're.
I'm also
really
now
into-
hoping that the booth is not soundproofed.
Yeah,
Because they're only hearing your half of it too. So she's like, I'm not a feet guy either.
I'm not a feet guy.
Thinking you're in an actual-
Listen to me. All right.
Like you're
I'm
in an
not some
actual
foot pervert.
It looks like you're on an actual like work Zoom call and just like, listen, I'm not into feet either. All right.
The thing is, I guess this is what I'm trying to say, is that the same way that someone might be like, oh, I'm always so attracted to someone with great legs, right?
Sure. Yeah.
The person that they're attracted to who has great legs, it may not be their thing to have people want them for their legs. See what I'm saying?
Okay. I guess I see what you're saying. Like, no matter what your kink is, you also gotta do something for their kink then.
And that's where I'm like, it seems, especially if you're not a lunatic like this guy, it seems like feet would be one of the more accessible fetishes because lots of people have feet. Mm-hmm. If you're into something extreme, people don't just walk around with balls and chains on them, but people got feet to get around.
Sure.
You know? And I feel like that's why it's broken through so much so that Anna wasn't even that phased. She was more phased by the fact that he was like, I'm really into feet and I have to have yours right now.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah. That's like, oh, you bring it up like, oh, okay, fine. But then it's like to then say it and then, I don't know, start drooling.
Yeah, I'm into uncomfortable feet. Are you uncomfortable right now?
Yeah, okay, that's the thing. He's not even really into feet. He's just really into social faux pas. That's what he's into.
Yeah.
He's just really into making people uncomfortable. Good Lord.
Because how would you even explain it if the food came? Would
Yeah.
you be like, oh, I'm sorry, my wallet fell in her shoe?
And I'm going to really need a follow-up email on this of just... Because now I really want to know. I really want to know how Anna reacted. I want to know what your reaction was in that moment. Because it kind of just ends with what he did. What did you do?
Also, what did he really expect another date after that, or did you go on another date
This
after
thing
that?
I want to know. Did you just be like, oh, okay, and then I'll just get to the date, or were you like, nope, goodbye,
'Cause
sir?
Imagine in a full restaurant making your date that uncomfortable, but then being so charming for the rest of the date that you win it back. That'd be an epic tale.
Exactly. So I think I think you undersold yourself as the main character of this story, Anna, because I only have questions about you and what you thought and how you reacted. Oh, let's see. Why don't you go ahead and I don't know, pick a number again, or let's go. So you've chosen number 3 already.
Number 2.
Number 2. Okay, this one is called No Gods, No Kings, Just Piss, which I believe was something I said in an episode. and the dangers of dressing in the dark. This is from Kiki. Hello, Squeaks and Toontown. I got a chance to teach at a prestigious university that was an hour away. I was so excited I signed the contract without realizing that the class was going at 7 a.m. Who the hell wants a 7 a.m. class anyways? I never did. Needless to say, I sucked it up and got up at 5 a.m. every morning to get my classy ass up there. So I was dressing in the dark on the regs not to wake up my family. Sometimes this would result in me having just one earring in, or maybe poorly applied eyeliner. One day that topped the charts was when I got my dress on and grabbed the belt that went with it and hopped onto the highway. As I was teaching class, I looked down and saw that, to my horror, instead of the blue belt that goes with the dress, I indeed had on a bright, sparkly green and fuzzy robe belt. It felt the same in the dark, but looked wild. I just leaned into it like I planned it, and like it was high fashion. Love, Kiki. P.S. Love me some Hold Up podcast because I get a double dose. I get it in my lungs. That's what it says.
What I love about this belt situation is that from the story, tell me if I'm wrong, but from the story, it wasn't until class started that Kiki looked down.
It sounds like class was happening, so it means every student was also being like, "Is she wearing a robe belt?"
Yeah. What I would really
like
want
a
to
robe
see,
belt.
what I would want to see happen is to teach the class and not realize that you have on a full robe with a real belt. And I don't know what Kiki's teaching, but you just fully in the middle of the lesson, and then you realize that you're a little hot in this. This is like a little stuffy, and then you look at your collar and you're like, oh no,
oh my god, my shirt is soft as hell. What I put on?
Yeah,
sparkly green and fuzzy robe belt. It's like there's very little that could go with, You try to think like, oh, but did you get away with it? No, everyone saw that the second they walked in. If you had a sparkly green robe belt on.
Especially, like, does a sparkly green robe belt have a buckle on it? Like, this is one of those things where I'm trying to put my mind in the same place as someone who's getting ready in the dark.
They say it felt the same in the dark, but I'm trying to think of what then belt would go with the dress. I guess there can be like just kind of
no,
quick.
yeah, you can just put
they have little
belt
sash
around.
ones kind of like that. Yeah,
but for me, here's the thing. If it felt the same in the dark, you either have some very comfy regular belts or you got a terribly made robe belt. It felt the same.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, it means you got fuzzy belts. It sounds like all your belts are fuzzy, is what I'm hearing.
What I would love is if we were to get a follow-up with Kiki, and the only thing that's weird about this story to her is that it was the green one. Like, she has nothing but fuzzy belts, but then the green one did not go.
The green one. The dress was kind of green. They were just too close, but too different. Ugh. Oh, my goodness. Do you want to read one?
Yeah. So this next email is from Tasha. It's called When Your Sweet Grandmother Puts a Hit Out on You.
God, I would watch that movie.
Just a grandma like, he owed me some money, so
yeah.
Gonna get it one way or the other, blood in or blood out. All right.
Bring me the head of my grandson.
And I'll give you a cookie.
Oh, he's wronged me the last time. Now get something to eat. You look like you're wasting away.
You're going to beat Gran to the grave.
She's cooking. She's over the oven, but behind her on the table is just a stack of cash.
Yeah.
This is for you if you murder my grandchild.
I want Tyler out here taking dirt now. All right. All right.
My gift load better be a little lighter come this Christmas.
I want to save $5 that I put in the cards.
Now you go out there and do your work. And don't look at that.
Becoming Bane.
Do you feel in control?
Grandma, your shoulders.
I was born in the dark. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I was born before light.
I still don't quite get it, and it scares me.
Yeah. Oof. Oof. I don't like all this newfangled technology you kids got with just seeing everything all the time. Y'all just be seeing all the time. Good knees. I don't like any of it.
I don't care for it. Back in our day, you just would run into some stuff at night.
No character.
It's a simpler time. It strengthened your spirit and strengthened your face.
It would actually be hilarious to have like a someone that's so old that they were born before light, so there's actually no racism back then. Like you just couldn't see anybody.
Once lights got invested, everyone was like, ah!
Yeah. Why is everyone so different?
None of you look like the way I thought you would. I just assumed you looked like me. Back before lights, humans thought there was one face. And we all had it.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Anyway, hey, it's Tasha. I was thinking of all the beatings I've ever gotten as a child and how incredibly unjust they were. For example, my great-grandmother told me not to pick up the kittens outside, but I was maybe 5 or 6, so of course I was going to. I chose a gray kitten to be mine. His name was Witchy, and I loved him. She saw me showing my affection to Witchy, and when I was in the house later, she got me with a surprise attack. She was wildin' though and beat me with a switch, thin branch from a tree. For people who don't know.
Yeah.
Beat me with a switch with thorns on it. Witchy got run over maybe 2 weeks later, and I love dogs now.
Oh, God.
I've gotten multiple projectiles from my mother, which include a high heel shoe, hanger, and my own backpack. She waited until I was a teenager to slap me with the speed and finesse you see from Donnie Yen in Ip Man.
Jesus.
But it was my grandmother who got me with a phone call. Before I went outside to ride bikes with my cousins, she told me not to ride past my uncle's house. I did, of course, and peeped my aunt on my uncle's patio frowning at me, looking like she was about to snitch. When my cousins and I got to the end of our journey, we turned our bikes around, only to see my aunt with a thornless switch in her hand.
Jesus.
Standing in the middle of the road waiting for me to come by.
Oh.
She was like one of those enemies you see on the map in a JRPG. Where you can choose to engage or not. While my cousins easily avoid her, I knew that me getting got that day was inevitable. So in defeat, I rolled by her slowly like it was a car wash, except I was getting lathered in pain and rinsed myself in tears. Anyway, I was wondering if either of you experienced such unnecessary familial violence in your childhood when maybe the punishment didn't fit the crime.
Man, that is genuinely a hit getting put out on you of just like, hey, they're going to be riding back. Go get them.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And to anyone who's maybe like, it's like, we get it. Not everyone had the same type of upbringings. I had, not similar, didn't get switches. Although we did have, outside my grandma's house too, they had like a weeping willow tree. So I think it had been used on me before, but it wasn't like a common occurrence. But because they did that to, that's how my mom would talk about all the time. They'd have to go pick their own switch for it. So like very old timey upbringing.
Also, picking your own switch
It's
is one of those things that's just psychological terror.
It's just one of those things, like,
because then you bring back a flimsy one,
and they always go pick another one,
and now they're more angry.
Yeah. It's like, no matter how you feel about, a spanking or whatever, I think everyone can agree of just being like, yeah, that's a bit much. That's to make them pick it is a bit much. But no, I can say I can say this as me now. I didn't get that many spankings. I know the ones I got, I probably deserved. I can say that. The ones I got were kind of like, yeah. Yeah.
This is like you won't see it or anything, but I remember one time this was not my family. This is like I was hanging out with some other kids, and their dad like rolled by and like on foot. So he walked up to us, and there's some familial thing that I knew nothing about that had gone down, where basically my friend had lied to his dad that he didn't do something he definitely did.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But now his dad had evidence, so he sees us playing in the neighborhood and gives him one more chance to like, hey, before when you said, and it was like, I can't remember if he had stole something or whatever,
right.
But this is perfect. Okay, so he had asked him. I think he stole something with his cousin, and so they're both standing there. The dad's like, "Hey, remember when I asked you about this thing? And you said you didn't know anything about it. Well, this person says I saw you there, and blah blah blah." And so then he's finally like, I think in his child mind, he thinks enough time has passed, because I used to think this as well. When enough time has passed after a bad thing has happened, in your mind, you're like, they can't be that mad because it didn't just happen. This is very old.
Yeah.
So I don't know how old it was, but it was old enough for him to finally just be honest, or maybe he just knew that too much evidence was mounted against him now,
Yeah.
And so he's honest. And we had just gotten ice cream, and he had a double scoop cone in his hand, and I think we all got one scoop, but he got a double. Anyway, his dad, so as soon as he admitted that he did it, his dad slapped the ice cream cone out of his hand sideways, fast enough for it to hit his cousin in the face.
That's a good 2 for the price of 1 move there, yeah.
And his dad just took off, but he was so frozen from how fast it happened. He was just holding air like it was still the ice cream cone. And I was like, oh, yeah, that seems like you shouldn't have lied to that dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what you stole, but now you don't have any ice cream. His dad left after that.
He is now taken from you.
Yeah, now he's kind of just like, oh man, how does yours taste? I was like, tastes like mine. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh man. This next one here, this is from Natalie, and it is called Hi Again. Hi again, Josh and Logan. I'm Natalie. I wrote in last year to say hi and ask some silly questions. I'm the one from the Mary John Blythe episode whose question made you start talking about Power Rangers, which I think we've done more than once. But because we're men in our 30s. I wanted to write again because something happened fairly recently that I thought you would find funny. I'm genderqueer, and recently I briefly considered changing my name. I was seriously considering calling myself Neo after the character from The Matrix because it's one of my favorite movies and has also been confirmed by the directors as a trans allegory. The funny part is, when I told my dad what I was thinking about, his main objection was that Neo is super badass, and by most standards, I'm definitely not. I just thought it was so funny that he was fine with the idea of changing my name, but thought I wasn't badass enough to call myself Neo. It stung, but in a way that still makes me laugh months later. So I thought I wanted to hear your take. I love the show. Thank you for doing what you do, Natalie. I love that story. I love that story.
It would be so funny if the dad was like, "Listen, you're Neo is a bit much.
Yeah.
Let's go for you like the movie Cars, right? Like just like some completely different franchise." Just something where you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I mean, what about Nemo? You still get the Neo,
yeah,
but like
it's in
there's
there
an
kind
M,
of.
and it's a little bit more heartwarming. You're not like a badass person.
Yeah.
You're more of a heartwarming individual. So let's go ahead and get you Nemo in there.
Yeah.
And look, just Neo alone, you're not getting through an airport. Look at what they did security in the first movie, okay? You're going to be on a list immediately.
You're gonna have a lot of security guards who have a grudge against Neo.
TSA ain't going to let you through.
God, that would be so good if that was true. Like any security guard anywhere saw that movie, like, he killed so many people just doing their jobs.
Yeah.
Because he brought guns to a place where he wasn't supposed to bring guns.
Brought all the guns.
All the guns. He brought a bag of guns and bombs and everything. He was dressed in guns. His clothes was guns.
His clothes was guns. His pants was guns. Underwear was guns. That's dangerous.
But that story is like weirdly one of the more heartwarming stories I've heard in a while. Because it means like it means your dad really does accept you, but fully, to the point where he's like, listen, I know my kid's no badass.
Well, look, I accept you and I see you. Sometimes feeling seen is a little too raw.
Yeah.
You know? Real quick.
Yo.
It's I know we're almost done, but it's my granddad's birthday and my mom is calling me. I'm just gonna step out real quick.
Oh, go for it.
I'll be right back.
Cool. I can say confidently that WeWorks don't look pleasant. This is a weird interlude while he's gone. Maybe I'll cut this, but just I've never seen the inside of them. I've never been to one. Yeah, what a strange. And now like people are walking by and can just see me looking out. I'm gonna turn my camera off. I think I'm just gonna do that for a second. It feels weird that people walking by will just see me watching their office. So,
Cool.
This one is from Melissa, and the title is called Spiritual Life Tent. So, hey, Josh and Logan. I wanted to recount a story for y'all that happened to my friend Jacob in college. Jacob and I both went to American University, where there's an interfaith chapel known as K Spiritual Life Center. All you need to know about K is, 1, it is unequivocally a building.
Is a bona fide building. All right. When it comes to being stacked on top of each other, building looking is building.
It's got walls. It's got a ceiling. This is a building ass building. Okay. And 2, I have never heard of anything notable going down at said building. Okay. So not only is it a building, seems to be not the place to be.
I mean, it's a punk ass building.
It sounds like it sounds like it's barely a building, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Not even doing building things.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not doing building things, you basically a cave.
Oh, fat ass cave. Oh, wannabe building.
Fake ass building. I got 2 degrees at this school and only ever entered this building maybe twice. Well, one day, some lady approaches Jacob on the quad and says, "Excuse me, can you point me toward the K Spiritual Life Tent?" To which Jacob responded, well, the K Spiritual Life Center is right over there. The lady said, oh, so that's where it all went down. She starts heading in that... She starts heading in that direction and says, thanks, sweet cheeks, just to top it off, I guess. Jacob and I graduated without ever knowing who this lady was or what she thinks went down at said Spiritual Life tent, but I hope she found what she was looking for. As always, thanks for the laughs and for giving me something to look forward to listening to every week. Y'all are the best. Thanks, sweet cheeks. Melissa. She wrote the saying, thanks, sweet cheeks part.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
let's just go through again the moments that happened here. So the person shows up asking, "Excuse me, can you point me toward this K Spiritual Life tent?" Which, frankly, spiritual life tent is actually a great phrase because it sounds like it could be something, but if you think about it at all, it sounds like nothing. Mm-hmm. You know, because at best it kind of sounds like, you know, like some sort of traveling preacher situation.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that anyone who's like, oh, that's where it all went down and doesn't clue you in is a bit of a monster. Like you can't just do that to someone and then go about your day.
Yeah. Oh, so that's where it all went down. That's where the incident occurred.
Don't act like we're all in the same Netflix doc with you.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't have the backstory. You need to tell me what it is that and what it is that went down and what it...
Yeah.
Help me.
Because frankly, the best case scenario, and this is a very unlikely best case scenario, the best case scenario is that this person who said, oh, that's where it all went down, they are trying to correct the mistakes of an alternate timeline. They're trying to solve some sort of multidimensional mystery, and that's your best case scenario.
Yeah, I could see that.
And then, thanks, sweet cheeks, frankly dismissive. Whether you're a multidimensional time traveler or not, pretty smug.
You never catch Doctor Who saying thanks, sweet cheeks.
You know who would say that, though? If Captain America was real. You know, because he's from another time.
Grandpa, you can't say that. Well.
Here you go. You're welcome, Toots. And then he runs off.
Oh, man. Yeah. When you think about like Captain
I don't like that
America,
Tony Stark and his beatnik facial hair.
Yeah, like when you think of Captain America, he should be saying way wilder stuff.
I mean, it would spice up that whole universe. You know, I mean, I like Marvel movies, but goddamn, if one of the main heroes, every now and then, everyone had to be like, okay, he's from a different time.
You can't say that now.
You can't say that. But
also, we've invented TV.
But we are also fighting an alien gods. I don't have time to tell you this right now, Cap.
Yeah. Cap just walking back into headquarters like, I can't go back to Wakanda. Said some stuff and everybody got mad at me.
I like you, Sam Wilson. You're one of the good ones.
Yeah. Why is it every time I talk, people say, what's that supposed to mean?
The future's stupid. No one gets what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Acting like I'm the bad guy. How can I be bad?
Listen,
I'm Captain America. America's never done anything bad.
Never done anything bad. Listen, I was ready to punch Hitler, and then boom, I'm here. So, like, I'm not a bad guy.
I literally punched Hitler in the face.
I punched
think that gives me a couple passes.
Are you kidding me? You can't say anything anymore. We were all equally mad at Thanos. Everyone just kept being mad at me for making it about it being purple. Like, everyone. But, like, they wanted to kill him, too.
It would be a very specific argument to be like, Thanos kills half your family, and you're like, see these purple mother. Ooh, whoa! Wait,
we need to not. Come on,
guys. He killed half the universe. I think you get a
We're meeting so many aliens now, so like it's hard to know. Let's just
and not all the purple aliens are the same as
they're
Thanos.
not.
You just
so
you don't really.
Well, Vision we made in that pod there. He's not going to heaven. Okay, all right.
I'm just saying, Vision's gonna burn in hell.
I'm not gonna take no back.
He's an abomination.
I'm not gonna take no back talk from a soulless robot.
You think you can just lift the hammer and all of a sudden you're important? Okay, you're nothing. And I'm not a racist for saying that. I really hope these walls are paper thin. I'm not into feet. I'm not a feet guy, and I'm not racist for saying that.
You're gonna leave. I don't know. Is there a front desk at WeWork? Do you have somewhere where you check in?
Yeah, there is. But
okay,
not you don't have to check out. So I'm already in. So
okay,
well, that's a mistake.
I was gonna say if you walk by, then they should be like, "Hey, by the way, you can't come back.
Give us back the card.
Give us back the card. We don't we don't condone whatever it is you do here."
I don't know what kind of perverted racism you were engaged in.
I don't know. It's sort of whatever racist kink podcast you're doing in there.
I really don't like it.
I don't like it, and we don't want you to record it here.
And the eighth of it that we heard was disgusting.
Yeah.
So, what was that last one you wanted?
We'll go one more. This is another one. This is from our buddy D, and this one's titled "Early Hunnids." He's got some notes on not notes, but questions or follow-ups on some of our episodes after episode 100. So, dear Logan and Josh too, I guess. Wow. D really creating a ranking there. I had some thoughts about the last few episodes. I'm going to try to go through them rapid fire. Episode 100, Logan, quote, "Nice thick gravy is a better nickname than Squeaks." I'd shorten it to just gravy or maybe grave to sound more street. Yeah, I don't, is gravy better though? I don't know. Logan, I mean, I guess
you hated Squeaks so much. Every word is better than Squeaks.
That's true. I didn't like Squeaks very much. It's grown on me a little bit, but although now that I say, when you put all three of them together, Logan, Gravy, Nielsen, I do like that quite a bit actually. But only just gravy by itself, not really. But Logan, Gravy, Nielsen, I'm kind of into. So, dear Toontowns and Logan, Gravy, Nielsen. Josh is just shaking his head. Episode 102. Your soda store idea reminded me of the frozen yogurt shops where you load up your own bowl with as much yogurt and toppings as you can handle and then pay by the weight. I think Lil Joshy's soda fountain sounds like yet another cash cow just waiting to be milked. We do have like a lot of franchises we're ready to start with this show, whether it's restaurants or summer camps, whatever it is.
A lot of useful IP.
A lot of untapped potential here. Hit me up when you're looking for investors. I want a cherry root beer flavored named after me. Okay, done. That's what we'll give to our angel investors there. Episode 103, Scare B&B, was a fire pun, and I think Josh only acts like he dislikes Logan's puns. Deep down, he knows how happy it makes Logan to see him annoyed, and he's being a good friend. That's real love, my guy. Yeah, I like that interpretation, that Josh, he gives a bad reaction because he loves me too much.
Well, that's not what it is, so.
See, but that's exactly what you'd say in the character because you're just trying to make me feel good. I like this, we'll go with this, and Josh seems to like it too. It seems to be what his intention is, and we found it out, right, Josh? You just love me so much that you.
It's not really that at all.
You like the puns, and you like me more.
No,
but
you should probably not say that.
Okay, that is real love. Also, during Josh's story about hanging out with the old lady and going to CVS, I kept waiting for her to tell Josh, "Ain't nobody been to the moon. That's a scam." like the Uber driver from Lil Joshy is kidnappable. That's it. Hope you're good. G's 90% recovered from his injury for the motorcycle accident. We still listen to the pod sometimes. I like this. This sentence is perfect. My mom refuses to learn your names and just calls you the funny guys. You know, the black one and the loud one.
That's amazing. Wow.
Peace, D. Thank you for that, D.
The refuses is
Refuses is interesting. Refuses to learn our names is an interesting twist.
Knowing that by now you probably should know them, and then refusing is a real boss move.
Yeah. The black one and the loud one. I do think if we ever change the name of this show, I think we found it.
Yeah, 100%. Easily.
The black one and the loud one.
The black one and the loud one is probably the best name that we could come up with if we had all the time in the world.
I think so. Well, it honestly too, we're not selling, we're not short selling anyone. That you're at least going to get that. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a black guy and a guy that's too loud.
There will be one of each.
Well, it's probably a good place to wrap it up, huh? Close up the mailbag.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to the Josh Johnson Show. We had a great time recording. I hope you had a great time listening. I know that a WeWork is not ideal, and if it's up to me, this will never happen again. If you're looking to catch up with us on any of the socials, you can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on Instagram, at Josh Johnson on Twitter, Josh J Comedy on Facebook, and Josh Johnson Comedy on TikTok and YouTube, where we're going to be posting clips of the show. And if you're looking for Logan,
you can follow me on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to get into the mailbag, like all of those wonderful people that we just read messages from, you can email us, joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. You can also leave us 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. We like to read those too, and it helps the show, help us get a little more visibility. And I don't know if you feel like you've listened to the show a bunch and I just want some more. Why don't these guys have more content? Well, we do. It's over on Patreon, patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. We have other podcasts there and video stuff, and we post videos of the live virtual shows that we're doing, which we'll probably be having one coming up soon.
So until next time, everybody, have a great weekend, and don't record at a WeWork. Josh Johnson Show. Josh Johnson, joined by my co-host, Phil Stamp comedian Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm in Sacramento right now, and I went out with some comics after the show, and one of the comics had, I believe, was his girlfriend with him, and we went to a barcade, right? And barcade closes. We leave the barcade, and almost immediately, this was such an awkward set of events. So basically, I'm talking to another comic, and the other comic and his girlfriend are standing behind me, and it's just a big group of us, right? And so then this guy, I hear some, like, not yelling, angry yelling, but some yelling behind me. And then as the guy's past me now, the comic that I was with, who's standing next to his girlfriend, like, you're good, just go, you're good, whatever, right? And then the other guy kind of keeps talking and then walks fully into a pole and then bounces from walking into the pole into a bush, right? And
Okay.
and the
Real
other
pinball situation.
yeah, the other guy's like, "Hey, you good? Just keep going, right?" And so then I ask him, because I was almost about to say something of like, "Yeah, you know, it happens, man. Like, it's all right, whatever."
Right.
And then I turn around and everyone's trying not to laugh. I'm like, "What happened just now?" And they tell me that guy was trying to catcall his girlfriend. Okay.
Okay.
But he clearly didn't. He clearly didn't want to do it when he was too close, because he passed them. So he didn't start
Okay.
catcalling, I guess, until he was running distance away, because it's very clear they're together, right?
Right, yeah.
And so then he's so busy catcalling that the guy is like, "Hey, you're good, you know, just keep walking." Like, he was like just trying to get rid of him, right?
Right.
But then he's like still so focused on catcalling while his head is fully turned that he walks into the pole and then bounces from the pole into the bush. And so I'm glad I said nothing, because in my head, I thought he was trying to make that dude feel better about walking into a bush. And so then
Okay.
that's why I was almost like, "Hey, yo, it happens to me too. Like, it's all good, man. Don't be embarrassed. It's okay." But what was really
I was in
happening,
the bush earlier. Don't worry about it. You're doing great.
what was really happening is that he was getting shot down by the girlfriend. The other guy was like not getting upset, but he was just like, "Hey, you should probably just keep walking."
Yeah.
And then he walks into a pole and then into a bush. And for me, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe I'm just one of those people that like genuinely assumes everyone moves through the world like I do. And so then I just saw a guy. I forgot he was connected to the yelling that I heard before. I just saw a guy walk into a pole pretty hard. Mm-hmm. And then walk into a bush as he tried to recover.
Right.
You know? And so for a second my heart went out for him, and then I was like, "Oh, you could have avoided this entire thing."
Right.
Because I almost thought they knew each other, because it was like, "Hey, you good? Yeah, you good?" Like, because he's being cheery about it. So it's
Right,
he's
yeah.
not like, "Hey, you good? Keep moving." He was just like, "You good? Hey."
Yeah. I mean, but this ties again into what we were talking about last week with how these situations just find you.
Well,
And
also
right
just
there, even-
be in a group. Be in a
Just
group,
be in
and
a
the
group.
situation will find you.
Be in a group in that, but also, like you said, maybe that's part of it too, is your perception of it is always a little different. Because right away you were just like, "Oh, another silly cartoon man in a bush."
Yeah. No, it's also one of those things where I'm starting to like when we were out and that happened, I'm starting to see how situations pop off, because the guy was also, the comic was like, one of the reasons I was just trying to get rid of him as soon as possible is that in this area, you never know who has a gun, you know?
Yeah, sure.
And I was like,
And by this area, you mean America.
Sure.
That goes for any space anywhere.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It did get me thinking. Almost immediately, it got me thinking about how like if you were embarrassed, like if I walked into a bush and I had a gun, I think that just to like a gun is such a social reset that I think that if I walked into a pole and then a bush, I think I would just fire off the gun, because then everybody's forgetting that I walked into a pole and then a bush. You know what I mean? It's almost a gun is almost except the opposite of that Men in Black stick that makes people forget, because once you pull the gun out, no one remembers anything before the gun. It's just true adrenaline, you know? So if you had your fly down and somebody was like, "Oh, hey, your fly is down," and you were super embarrassed, you really just need to pull a gun out, and then like no one's thinking about your fly anymore.
This would just be a good place for maybe a quick legal disclaimer of this is a satirical podcast. You should never pull out a gun to solve any situation ever. Josh Johnson or other employees of the Josh Johnson Show do not believe you should pull out a gun.
But if you had a gun, if you had a gun and then somebody was like, there's spinach between your teeth, and you were just like, oh God. Fire one into the ceiling.
I mean, a gun is a social reset. Is like a, I don't know, like a Nirvana lyric or something. That sounds like such an angsty song title.
Yeah, a gun is a social reset.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's one way of thinking about it.
I just mean, like, if that dude had genuinely had a gun and then pulled it out, the bush is like the furthest thing from my mind now.
I don't know. I'd have a hard time not remembering that, because honestly, my first thought might just be like, oh, he'd fallen in the bushes was embarrassing, so he wanted to shoot his way out of that scenario.
I think it would be that, because that's the conversation we're having right now. I think that if you were standing with us, especially to say that we didn't all know what happened until later when we discussed it, I think that you would just be like, that guy had a gun.
Okay, but I the bush is still going to be my mind, because if anything, it's going to be a man jumped out of a bush with a gun.
Yeah, which is still
no, it's still going to be not the original story, but
it's still
but the bush
better for him too, because now he's jumped out of a bush with a gun instead of he walked into a bush, took a 10-second pause.
Right.
You could see him contemplating his life, and then he pulled out the gun.
Fair. Yeah, a frazzled man fell out of a bush, and he was armed.
Yeah. So it had to make you wonder, where was he coming from? Had he just fought off the bush people?
Yeah, that's true. Is he a hero?
Why didn't he fire on them? Why is he firing at the air?
Yeah, is that bush some sort of, is it like a Lion Witch wardrobe situation? That bush leads to a different kingdom that needed to learn a lesson?
Yeah, it just needed to be taught, needed to be checked.
Needed to be taught something? Yeah. They had to appreciate what they had in life.
Like, if someone came out of a bush with a gun, I don't even think you'll remember they came out of a bush. You'll just be like, someone is firing.
No, I disagreed. If they come out of the bush, like, I'm going to be like, even if I'm running away, I'm going to be like, that man from the bush has a gun. Like, the bush is going to be on my mind.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not gonna immediately know or think about how he got to the bush. The bush, because to me, then it's not just a dangerous man with a gun. That's a dangerous man with a gun who's also maybe magic. You know what I mean? He's some sort of angry forest sprite.
Yeah, I mean,
who has had enough.
Because I didn't even hear the cat calling, but from their perspective, the whole thing was probably so much funnier than what I saw. Because by the time I saw him, he was about to walk. Like, I was about to warn him about the pole, because his head was fully turned.
Right.
And so then he walks in, and the way, I didn't know that there was a worse way to walk into a pole than head on. If you walk into a pole when you just off of this one person, so I guess I don't have much data to go on, but if you walk into a pole while your head is completely turned, you definitely almost bite your tongue.
Definitely bite your tongue. Extra disorienting because you're not sure what's hitting you.
Yeah, he probably thought it was a guy.
Probably.
Yeah.
And it's skinny too, so even if you put your arms up to like push off of it, you're gonna miss.
And the worst
so it's
part
not like you walked into a wall.
Is that if he had gone the other direction, he wouldn't have hit any bush at all. But he tried to like recover too quick. This person's also probably clearly drunk. Tried to recover too quickly. And then in his attempt to sort of like spin out of it and still look cool, he went into a bush.
Right, yeah. And then he tried to spin out of that and make it look cool. And then he fell into something else. He tried to roll off of that. Cool.
Yeah.
Fell into a manhole.
Yeah. All the while screaming, "It's all good, shorty.
It's all good." How are the shows so far in Sacramento? I know you got a couple more.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, so we have 2 more, and yeah, it's been fun, man. It's been a good time.
Too bad. Too sorry I'm not there.
Oh, it's okay. There's gonna be other shows.
Yeah, no, I know. But we're right now. Now that I'm home and not in Sacramento with you, I'm helping Jess watch her infant nephew for a couple days, and
I was so
Listen,
sure you were about to say a TV show.
No.
Like I'm helping Jess watch Game of Thrones.
well, there's too many names to keep track of, and all this lore and stuff, and so I keep charts for her. I let her know.
Yeah. You have the map from the beginning of the books.
Yep, yeah, I have all that up there. We put pins in it for each new place
Okay.
we see in Westeros, and yeah, it's going well. She's having a hard time, keeping the Starks separate, but that's fine. She'll get there.
Yeah.
I got flashcards for her. We're gonna work on that tonight.
I honestly, I've started Game of Thrones now, and I am at season 5, episode 3.
Oh, did you never watch it before?
No, I never watched it before.
Oh, I thought you watched it when it was on.
No. I'm glad that I didn't, because my friend who loves it, read the books, loves it, right?
Right.
He is like, once you get to season 6, just stop.
Yeah, that's true. You're getting
And
you're
I was
getting
like,
the
really?
warning.
And he was like, yeah, anything past season 6 just ruins everything because it's so hard to follow. It technically doesn't make sense. And because in your head that this is a studio thing, not a story thing.
Yeah.
Because HBO rushed it. Like, that's the other thing about letting stuff like that
HBO
go public is like, they apparently they went to the author of the books and just in a general meeting about more seasons and renewals and all that stuff, asked him how many more seasons there were in the story, like if it were to play out the way it had been playing out. And apparently he said 3, and I guess that was too much because they want Star Wars. And so,
well, but that's not HBO. That was the creators. The
creators. Sorry.
Weiss and Benioff, because HBO wanted to keep going, and Martin wanted to keep going. They all wanted to do 10 seasons.
That's right. My bad. It's not HBO's
but Weiss
fault.
and Benioff wanted to leave to do Star Wars, which they ultimately lost. Also, probably because they fucked up the landing to Game of Thrones so bad.
Yeah. So basically, I'm excited to almost be done. Not because I don't love it, I'm really enjoying it, but because this is a rare thing. This is the rare thing where you either start a show so late that the world is so far removed that there's like, I've encountered no spoilers. I mean, to be fair, I've been binging it, so I've torn through like, a third of a season in a day, sort of thing. But also, the cool thing is that someone is giving me a warning that I definitely need to enjoy the overall thing more than some people who love it. That's what's so crazy. It's like, he loves it more than I do. Yeah, so you love it. Like, people love it way more.
And here's the thing, and I fucking agree. Yeah, stop when you get to that point, because it ruins your love of the show.
Wow.
Like, it was like my favorite show, and that last season fucked it up so hard for me. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, I hardly it killed it in the social consciousness for a little while. We didn't no one wanted to talk about Game of Thrones for a few years.
You know what's also funny about that, but what's almost good about that in a sense is that that's why I'm not encountering any spoilers, because everything. What's crazy? So I remember
we were all so mad we stopped talking about it.
Yeah, I remember being on tour early on when it was ending, right?
Yeah.
And so early on in the tour with Trevor, it was ending, and Trevor was waiting to watch the whole season. So he was hearing how people were getting mad, but he was like, oh, I'm just going to, on a weekend where I'm off, binge the whole season, whatever. And everyone that I encountered, even when we would talk about it later, was so angry that there were no spoilers. Like, it was probably the angriest I've seen a lot of my chill friends that, I never actually see upset. They were so mad that they actually couldn't spoil it because there was nothing coming out of their mouth but curse words. It wasn't even plot points. It wasn't even like people, because you know how I haven't watched the Harry Potter movies, and I've read I read up to the 5th book, and I think I'd just have to start again if I was going to get into it.
Right.
Because Sally's read them all, and I think she's watched all the movies. But just something I don't know, something with life. Just like after the 5th book, I just genuinely did not have time, and then years passed. But at least when people didn't like something in the movie, they talked about it.
Right.
People hated the ending of Game of Thrones so much that it was actually like it was like everyone finding out they had a secret child with the worst person they'd ever met. Like, you're not even getting the full story. You're literally just getting like, and how could they? Oh, like no one was finishing sentences.
Well, because a big part of it wasn't even just about how it ended. It's that it was a different show in the last season. Like they completely, all the patience was gone. All of the like how they used to really slowly build up. When you sprint a story like that, yeah, it's stupid. What made that show good was that they took the time to really build the lore, really dig into the characters, and build out that world. And in the last season, they're like, fuck, we got to end this. And when you sprint through it, then it just becomes a silly little dragon story. Like it didn't feel the same. And I want to get out ahead of this now. I'm not going to read any emails about Game of Thrones. Just telling you that right now. I don't want a bunch of emails either agreeing with us or trying to defend Game of Thrones. I'm not reading them. Just letting you know that now. All right. Just getting ahead of that. I'm not doing it.
I mean, it would be funny to become a full Game of Thrones podcast. What a left turn that would be.
That would be
like.
That I would be on board for it if we just turned to a Game of Thrones rewatch podcast.
It'd be so crazy because it's like we're like years in now.
We're years into this.
It's like, and we've never talked about a show for more than 8 minutes. And so
there's enough episodes of Game of Thrones to fill like an entire year of episodes too.
Yeah.
We could just do a whole year of just Game of Thrones.
Yeah, just a companion podcast to watch as you rewatch. That would be so insane. What a way to potentially tank the entire show is just like,
and we won't commit fully to it either, because we will stop at the 6th season too. So we won't even do the full watch.
It's like doing the first 3 episodes of Firefly as a podcast. It's just like, what? Then why are you even talking about it? We just really loved that first little bit.
Yeah. After that, I kind of stopped paying attention, but those first ones I like.
Yeah. We just do like a Kim Possible podcast. Just shows people have truly forgotten.
Yeah. We're gonna watch Perfect Strangers.
Hey,
they did like 7 years of that show.
Like, I'm looking up now. Let's see.
What show we're gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's a good? We'll just do. We'll become a Mr. Bean rewatch podcast because that's mostly all sight gags too. So it's gonna be hard to talk about.
We just become a Bates Motel podcast.
Bates Motel. That's a good pick, actually. Yeah, because that was a show that was kind of popular in its first season, and then everyone just kind of forgot about it, and I think it ended now, right? It has to have.
I think it actually got way more seasons to say that it's over. It got way more seasons than years people were talking about it.
How many seasons did it get?
I think it got 3.
3? I was thinking even 4, maybe.
Let me see.
But yeah, I remember like everyone talked about that first season, and then everyone's like, all right, neat. Something else came out.
5 seasons. Jeez.
Damn. Well, all right.
Good on them.
Get ready for our Bates Motel. Well, it's not even rewatch. I never watched it to begin with.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. It's good to know what we're doing for the next year. And a half. Probably 3 years. 5 seasons.
5 seasons depends how many they did a year, but I mean, yeah. If you go at least 10 episodes a season for cable usually, so you're looking at least probably 50 episodes or more. So that's at least a year, at least a solid year of Bates Motel.
It would be what would be amazing is to do like a companion to a show that doesn't exist, like just like following a show.
Yeah. And like, I've pitched that idea to someone before, and I think they said that they knew of somebody who was doing something like that.
I see.
But I like the idea of that too, of just like just throwing in twists every now and then, new characters, but you have to keep the canon consistent too.
Yeah.
You have to actually build the show.
One of the other things that happened when we were out last night, so I told you we went to that barcade. As we were waiting to get in the barcade, because there's just something about being in LA where there's more, not LA, but in California where there's more lines to get into places. I feel like maybe it's because in Brooklyn, unless the place is like super poppin', or unless everyone there going is like college age, no one really waits in line that much. Like even when I'm in the city and I'm walking past bars and clubs, the lines are very short. And so we saw a couple lines to get into bars and stuff, and we walk up to the coin op, and there's a very short line. It's not a big deal. But
The coin op? What did you say?
Coin op is the barcade's name.
Oh, okay.
And
We hadn't said that yet, so I didn't know if that was just a term I didn't know.
No. And so basically, as we're in line, this guy passes by and is yelling at the top of his lungs. He's like, "Hey man, fuck coin op, all right? Sick of y'all, man." Like just yelling, just indiscriminate yelling, but also walking, like not stopping, not talking to the staff or anything.
Ran into a pole
And
pulled out a gun.
I would love if there's a true backstory there. Like it seemed like something that a drunk guy was just doing for attention, but if coin op actually wronged him, and he only has a gripe with the overall establishment, nobody in it. That's one of the funniest things in the world to me. It's like when someone is like, "Man, I hate Taco Bell," but they don't even mean like they didn't even have an interaction there. They didn't have an
they didn't
event.
have a thing there.
They just hate the idea that Taco Bell exists, and that's what it seemed like was going on with this coin op. Because then even the guys checking IDs were like, Like they had a weird, I don't know if they knew him or if they were just like having a particularly exhausting day, but he yells and they're like, to no one. It's not like they're talking to us and we're talking about it and they're like,
So either that way that guy does that every night, or maybe there's something fishy about coin op, and they're even like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because this guy
work, man.
This guy seems like the Don Quixote of coin op. Like he's just like out here trying to joust that windmill, thinking it's a monster.
Because you remember that scene, Don Quixote, where he was riding around just going, "Man, fuck windmills."
Yeah.
Not doing anything else about it.
Hey, everybody knows. Everybody remembers. Everybody's read the old Don Quixote. Everybody's listened to the opera.
Fuck windmills. They're stupid. What do they even do?
What do they even do? What do they even help with?
Then someone starts explaining to him what they do, and he's just like, "Man," just rides away.
Man, I don't really like magic, so y'all
want
keep
nothing to do with it. Fuck your windmills. I also like how I mentioned that we're currently watching a baby, and you had zero follow-up thoughts for that.
Oh, it's just the way that you said baby. You took so long to say baby that I was like, this is a show. This is TV. And so how has it been watching this is her infant nephew?
Yeah, he's a toddler. He's a little under 2.
Okay.
I mean, I'm exhausted. And I'll be honest, I've hardly done anything, but just...
Like keeping you up, or what's
No, not even. Just having a child around just gives you a level of anxiety where it's your responsibility to keep it alive.
Okay. I mean, I believe you. I believe you.
What's weird about that?
There's nothing weird about that. I guess I just mean like, are you still stressed out if the baby's like sleeping?
No, because I was asleep also. But
okay.
No, but it's just like even today too. It's like Jess is with him, and she's like, "Oh, go do your work you gotta do," and I'm downstairs working. But that also means I'm actually she's gonna stop me every 10 minutes to come watch him while she does something else, which is okay.
I see.
I'm happy to help, but it's just like it's a constant.
It's on your mind.
Wrench in your day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just even when I'm trying to get to work on something, I still have to like, she'll still be like, "Honey," And I'm like, okay. And like, I don't blame her for that. If she needs help with something, I'm happy to help. But it is like, even that, you just can't actually have the time to go do the stuff you're normally doing. He's mostly chill, but like even just watching it for a little bit today, like one of the YouTube shows that calms him down, just watching it, just like staring angrily at this cheery woman singing songs for children. I'm like, I know it's a me problem. I know I'm the problem here. That's not what this lady's doing.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
I feel myself being the monster. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe
you did remind me of something though. This is like,
go for it.
Just because you because you said like angrily at this cheery woman. When I was I had to be like early teens, maybe I was like 12, 13, whatever. Went to the fair. And this is like what we've talked about before on the show. It's like that parking lot type fair thing, right?
Yeah, carnival.
Yeah, like circusy, you know?
Yeah, carnival, a street fest.
Yeah,
maybe people would call it, you know?
Yeah. And so we go, and as we're hanging out there, maybe I went with Jacob. I'm trying to remember who I was with and everything, but there was someone who was like, I guess selling pies, like just like true, all American. Here's a pie that I just made, and I'm selling it at the fair. Or like
you saying that with a question mark almost makes it more seem like you don't know what pies are.
No, I know what a pie is. I'm just saying that it felt
pies,
weird.
I don't know.
It felt, because I don't know if there was a pie contest, so it felt weird to let this random person do this, because this is a place where everything is like paid for, and it looks like it's part of the traveling thing. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
So the funnel cake area wasn't just like a lady who loves to make funnel cakes and then she brought some from home. And so it felt a bit odd. It felt like a county fair thing was happening at a carnival.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I get you. Yeah, I feel you.
I mean, it's a little bit of both. Like, it is a fair, so like, I guess good on them. Anyway, this lady is like she is so happy about her pies, and she's like barking for people to come, like taste a sample or get one of her pies or whatever, which already is not, to me, it's something. She's at like the heart area of the fair, and to me she should be near the parking lot, because like, who's gonna buy a pie and then walk around with it and do rides with it? Do you know what I mean?
Especially like a full pie.
Full pie. And so in my head I'm like, hey, you're in, like, even as a young kid I was like, you should be where the cars are, where people are heading out, because then they I mean, maybe
pie is driving food.
Yeah, maybe she straight up just had done that before and realized, oh, people are full when they're leaving, so like, let me be at the heart of the whatever. Because you definitely can't try to get in at the front, because now nobody wants a pie now. Like, I haven't been on any rides. I don't have a fork. Like, this is,
here's the thing. I appreciate the thought you're putting into it, but I think what you're touching on is that there's not a lot of ideal scenarios to just sell whole pies.
No.
Like out in the world, not in a store.
Yeah. And
there's too many variables.
There's too many variables. It's just too messy,
It's too messy. It's a cumbersome treat.
And so and so she's like barking for people to, get the pies. And I think where she was near the hammer, where the test your strength hammer.
Yeah.
Okay. So she was over there. So a lot of people were already gonna try, and maybe she planned that. Maybe she wanted to be where an attraction was that was gonna get a lot of foot traffic. But she's clearly getting on everybody's nerves, like hardcore, because she doesn't have a lot of slogans. So it's just the same thing, and she's yelling, and it's just the same thing over and over, right?
Yeah.
So even as you're in line to play the sledgehammer thing, you hear this woman like 52 times.
Okay.
It's just it's too repetitive, and what's happening is she's yelling at every person that passes instead of every so often. Because let the sign do the work. A sign is silent yelling. You know?
Yeah, sign is social yelling. A gun is a social reset.
I'm just saying, if you see a billboard, someone might have screamed. They might as well have screamed. For the effect that it has on you.
And in fact, we should do that to create more jobs. Let's get rid of billboards and just put a guy up there.
I mean, it's going to take several guys.
Even better, more jobs.
Yeah.
This is my platform that I'm running on.
And so, basically...
No more billboards, just loud dudes.
Basically, as she's getting on everybody's nerves and everything, this woman that's like from another booth and that she just has some other beef with walks up, and her demeanor totally changes, right? So she goes from like chipper, happy, everything, just like stone face, like ready to swing. It looks like, you know, like I didn't. You ever see someone without knowing them? You see someone and then you see a change in them that's so fast you didn't think they'd be capable of it.
Yeah.
Like anyone who's yelling, like, because that was other thing she was doing. She was yelling the like types of pies that she had. So she's just like rhubarb, pecan. Like it was just, she had come up with a little rhythm for it, and it would have been cute to hear.
Sounded
once.
like she was going to say pecan twice there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure.
Rhubarb, pecan, rhubarb. It's like she's got two pies there.
Yeah, rhubarb, pecan, rhubarb, chocolate, pecan, rhubarb. But she had this like little rhythm to listing all the pies, you know?
Right.
And so you see someone doing that with like a chipper face, and then when someone else walks up and their face just drops, right? So she over here, pecan, rhubarb, apple, chocolate, like, and then just nothing, right?
Right.
And then her and the other lady have words that are kind of quiet, like they're not yelling at each other or anything. But then
pecan, rhubarb, pecan.
Rhubarb, pecan, rhubarb, apple, cherry, rhubarb, pecan, rhubarb. And then they both just turn into pies. And so it's a pie witch. You know pie witches.
Pie witches.
Yeah, they go out there, and it makes you scared to eat the pie because you're like, is this a pie or is this a person?
Is this a pie witch?
And so then they're, quietly talking everything. And then the lady, this shouldn't make me laugh as much as it makes me laugh, but then the lady who walked over, who is having words with her, is talking to her, maintains eye contact, and slides a pie off the table and then walks away.
Hell yeah. Oh, it'd be a shame if something happened to this rhubarb. Bam.
We've been talking about social resets. Hey, social ransom. Yeah. All right. I would hate for something to happen to this pecan rhubarb chocolate.
Perhaps for a small fee, we'll make sure you get through this carnival and or festival safely.
Well, I already paid the fee for the booth. No, this is different.
Nah, this is let's just say we're not with the festival.
Look, let's just say I don't want anything to happen to those beautiful pecans, all right?
Yeah. Sure what'll happen, Bruno. And then he does the hammer thing. He's been waiting in line the whole time.
You think he's been waiting in line for the hammer test, and he's just been waiting with this guy?
He's been waiting for the threat. So then this guy's been off to the side waiting for him to get to the front of the line to go do the threat.
Also, pie goes all over them. Like, pie goes all over everybody. But yeah, she just slowly, and the way okay, this is
like a cat.
This is the other disrespect about it. She slid it off so slowly that the other lady could have saved it. Like, she maintained eye contact, but her hand is like, and then she's whispering. She's like,
rhubarb, pecan.
It's still on the table when it's here. Like she didn't pick one that was at the edge of the table. She slid a pie from like the middle of the table. She had to take a step
She had to do a little like traffic jam with the
She
the
had to
pies.
take a step to slide this pie all the way off the table.
Did the pie lady just not notice that she was pushing it?
I think the pie lady was getting so pissed that she was just like, you ever get so mad that you don't
She was just
react?
tunnel vision.
Yeah, she was just tunnel vision. Like, and it just, what I'd like to believe they were whispering is just like, I'm going to slide this pie off the table. I'm going to slide it off the table. Oh, you better not do that. Oh,
Don't do that.
I am going to do that because I don't like you and I don't respect
You let go of my pie.
And I
Let
don't
go of
like
my
pie.
pie.
And I don't like
You don't
what
do
you
that.
do with your life.
How dare you? My
All right.
pie's so good. My
And
why
now
don't do
it's
it.
off
Oh,
the table. Now it's off the table.
I didn't want you to do that.
Now there's grass in your pecans. Enjoy.
Finally, another ingredient.
Enjoy your ant pie. Bitch.
It's ironic because I'm the pie ant.
Yeah, but then also she took a second to like clearly was gathering herself, which I did feel a little bit bad about because as annoying as she was yelling, it was like, well, now this person's just devastated, right?
Right.
And then takes a minute to gather herself and then starts like yelling again with the, pecan, rhubarb, like all the stuff. But
But just with tears running down her face.
but the pie is
Yeah,
still
rhubarb.
on the ground. And she just never picked it up because I guess she felt like it would have been too much of a step down to pick up the pie.
Do with that? What are you going to do with that? Then you got to find a garbage can or something, or you can't have a fucked up pie sitting on your table.
Yeah.
So I think the best course of action is to pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah. Pecan, rhubarb, grass.
Pecan, rhubarb, ground.
Yeah. Also speaking.
Oh, that one's not for sale.
That one's not for sale unless you're that bitch Heather. I'll sell it to her for free. It's like, well, it's
Yeah.
not really a sale then.
That's a gift, I think, what you just...
Oh, it won't feel like a gift. She wants to put my pie on the ground. She can join my pies on the ground. She can have a little bit of that dirt flavor with some of that pecan.
I mean, if she's the one that put it on the ground, she probably doesn't want it. It sounds like you don't know what to do with this.
No,
You've
she
never been
gonna
threatened
love
before.
it. All right, she's gonna love the pecan. She's gonna love
Now
the
you think
dirt.
she's gonna like it? Interesting.
Yeah, because just burst out into tears.
You ever been in a fight before?
I just wish I knew the backstory. It's just two middle-aged women that were like having words very quietly, but then what an alpha move.
Did you see where the other lady came from? Did she come from a different booth?
No, but I saw her later behind like a squirt gun booth.
Interesting.
Yeah, so she wasn't even selling other foods like
Like a rival baked good.
Yeah,
that was my first thing was like, ooh, these are rival.
yeah, it would be
bakers.
great. Pie versus funnel cake would be fire. Yes.
Yeah, that thing. That's what I was hoping for, I guess.
Honestly, if she like this is a person who's clearly unhinged though, because as minor of a thing as it is to do, it does feel like I felt like this was a crazy person when I was watching her.
Oh no, it's a wildly aggressive move.
Yeah, and so
Well, passively aggressive move, maybe.
and so what I will say is, if she was running the funnel cake station, she would have come over with hot grease. Like this person. Our saving grace is that she was behind the squirt gun thing, and those squirt guns can't move.
Yeah. Maybe that used to be the spot for the squirt gun booth.
Oh,
They used
yeah. Hey,
They used to have that prime real estate.
that could be it. The squirt
But Pie Lady took
gun
it.
booth used to be near the sledgehammer.
Yeah. So it was great back and forth money of people waiting for the hammer. They'd come over to the squirt gun, vice versa.
And now this pie lady messed the whole
Yeah.
thing up.
And no one wants these damn pies walking around a carnival. Unless you're going to have a pie throwing game.
Yeah.
This is games. This is the game row.
Yeah.
Make a game out of this pie. And I got a new game for you. It's called ground pie.
I got a new game for you. It's called Do You Have the Balls to Stop Me While I Slide a Whole Pie Off of Your Table? Because also, look, this is the other thing, and I don't know this woman's situation. I really don't. So I can only make fun of it so much because I'm sure there's a logical, maybe she had a van full of pies. But she did not have a lot of pies at that table. So by sliding a pie off the table, you took out like a fifth of her inventory.
Really took down
Dude,
for
there weren't that many
really
pies
hurt her
on the
stock.
table. So either she had already sold a bunch or she wasn't selling any, so she didn't bring any.
Yeah.
Because the fair is for the whole weekend.
Yeah, and maybe she doesn't fully understand fairs, and she doesn't think that clowns are a part of it. They think clowns just come to it. And she's like, you know what, clowns love pie.
You know what I
Pies and seltzer water. That's what I have.
I didn't even see how much the pies were. I would love if just to cover her
$25.
costs. Yeah, just to cover her costs, each pie was $200. Like every slice of pie is full $200.
And you said this is by the entrance.
No, this wasn't by the end.
No?
This is in the heart of the
In
fair.
the heart of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
this doesn't make any sense. Like, why would I buy a pie and then ride around?
But even the entrance isn't really like there's. I don't know. I'm just not. When would I want a pie? A full pie?
That's what I'm saying. The closer to the exit where the parking lot is seems like the best place.
That's the best, but the best is still not good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm still buying a fucking carnival pie.
Also, we got pie at home. Okay.
We got pie at home. Yeah, I want the pie that a bunch of people have walked by and coughed on. And
Yeah, someone's definitely farted on that pie.
that's where I want to get my pie.
Yeah.
In a place full of of old machinery and old games that have been touched by 9,000 people a year.
Yeah.
That's where I want to get my baked goods to take home.
You know what I like sprinkled over my pie? Rust from the Ferris wheel from on high.
Yeah. It's why when you go to a carnival, you want deep fried stuff, because then you at least know nothing survives that. So this food might be nasty, but at least it's clean. You know what I mean? No germs survive that frying process. Tell me I'm wrong.
I feel like that's not quite I feel like you could still have dirty grease. I feel like
You can
that's
still have dirty grease,
but
but
so clean might be a stretch. Definitely burned. These germs are
It's-
scorched.
yeah, it's clean nasty. It's the cleanest nasty you're gonna get.
Yeah. Okay, so look, this thing, you may even need to cut this because this may not be funny to anyone but me. But
Usually means we're gonna talk about it for a while.
you know, like an ick, like when you get the ick and stuff.
Are you talking about that in like the terms of of the terms of your stand-up joke? How you do it?
Yeah. Just like how
Okay.
you get the ick when you like someone, but whatever.
See, 'cause that was something I learned about because of your stand-up bit. I didn't know it was a thing people were talking about. was
Yeah,
the ick,
yeah.
or whatever.
In case you don't know what the ick is, it's when you like someone, in this case, actually love someone, but then they do something that's so, it's such a turn off for you that you don't see them the same way, and you get the ick, and you either, I mean, sometimes you still continue on and then fall in love anyway, but almost always you just stop being like attracted. That's why it usually happens on the early end, because once you love someone, it's very hard to get an ick that is, because an ick is also innocuous. It's not like something obviously horrible and huge,
Right.
you know?
But you're saying when it happens later, you're less likely to like end the relationship, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Because I had an ick recently with Jess, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because she said bagel instead of bagel, and it was a real.
Was there something in her mouth?
No, she just straight up said it. Just straight was like bagel, and I was like, that is. And here's the thing: I've heard her say bagel before too.
So this
So
was
I-
just a mistake? Or does
Maybe,
she
but then
think that it's pronounced either way?
I don't know. She got real close to when she said milk the other day, and it really sounded like milk with like an E. And I was like, "Hun, what's going on here? Are you okay?"
Yeah. That's wild. It's not. It's not
it's
like.
just, some of them have come out of nowhere.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you're like, hey, let's we should go to a speech therapist together. Just together to like see if we're still saying everything the same, and feel good about how we pronounce things and stuff.
Yeah. Let's just set it, let's set what the pronunciations are. Let's agree together.
Does your tongue feel like a tool or like it's in the way?
Yeah. Yeah, you feel, is there a lot of turmoil going on in there? I just want to know. Because we can sort that out. Yeah. I don't know. That's just a joke. That's not like an ick, but it's you say your mic.
Yeah.
Or did you hit the table?
No, I hit the mic with my hand pretty hard as I was trying to discreetly move.
Well, it wasn't that discreet because you went, ow.
Yeah, I just had to let it out. So
I was trying to be discreet about it, so I looked you in the eye and said, ow.
So I was like when you do a show and like when you do a show and the audience is like just tipsy enough where they're not fully making sense. Even when you ask more questions, it's not getting any better.
Yeah.
So I just asked this random couple what their ick was, right? And I still don't know who did it. It was a man and a woman sitting together. And I had asked the man, but then the woman spoke up. But then it sounded for a second like she was talking about herself. But then it seemed like maybe the guy had done it. Basically, the ick that they both agreed they had was, this is so specific, but one of them came home one night and from a long trip as well. So hadn't been home for a while. And they come home and their partner, because once again, they were so like drunkenly trying to explain the thing that I could not gather who did what. I even asked them straight up at one point, and then they busted out laughing instead of answering me. One of them came home from a long trip, and their significant other was seated on the floor in front of the TV with just an entire like a tin is the only way to put it, like a baking pan tin, deep like right out of the oven foil of pot pie. And they had clearly been eating the pot pie from the tin on the floor and had gotten through quite a bit of it, like had eaten half of it, But
like it's like a full pie, not like a mini one.
No, not like a mini pot pie. We're talking about, it shouldn't even be called a pot pie because it's so big. It's like a pot cake. And so they had so much pot pie on them because clearly they were drunk when they did it. So they drunk, like, I don't know how you stay drunk this long because pot pies, like homemade pot pies, take forever, right?
Yeah, especially if it's that big, you're gonna have to bake it. You're not microwaving that, or they did. That's why it's so messy. Is they broke this thing in half and shoved it in the microwave,
and then clearly ruined the microwave because you can't put that much metal in a microwave.
Nope. Yeah. And
so then they're sitting on the floor with first of all, the spatula is their utensil, so they don't even have a fork or a spoon. They are eating straight from the spatula. They're eating spatula at a time pot pie, right? And the pot pie's on the floor. And the thing that kept popping up to me was like the kid in Matilda eating the cake, because I'm like, you've got a lot of pot pie to get through.
Yeah.
And they're clearly putting in work, because it's like half gone or whatever. But they've just got so much pot pie juice spilled on their shirt. And it looks insane. It looks like a grown toddler. Like you're watching this infant. Imagine if that infant now was 150 more pounds and like middle-aged in front of the TV, had a job, and knew how to bake a full pot pie that must have at least been decent because you've eaten half of it.
Yeah, it's like a kid that never learns to to stop chewing his shirt, and getting it all covered in spit, But now he's 40 and still does that.
I forgot until you said that. I forgot any kid did that.
I'm around too many of them.
That's so funny. And so so they come home and they're just like sitting it like almost in pot pie because they've also spilled a ton because it's a slated spatula. So it's like it's
great.
one of the spatulas where like clearly juices are gonna go through.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so there's just like pot pie on the lip. It's like pot pie on their chin. It's all down the shirt. It looks like they jumped in the pot pie.
Right. Yeah.
Like they dove it, and so they're just
They did a slip and slide with pot pie.
yeah, and
Popeye slip and slide.
Apparently-
the game that's sweeping the nation.
they're not even sitting like crisscross. They're sitting with legs open, with the pie as close to the thighs as they could get it. So they're eating over the pie, but it's also like on the floor. That's why I said the toddler thing because they look like how a toddler would.
And
eat.
this is a couple that's still together.
There's a couple that's still together, but then
We're together at this point.
and and then I'm like, yeah, that's a I'm just gonna walk situation. Like keep the house, keep everything in it. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing that's
I'm gonna change my name. Here's my phone. I'm smashing it in front of you so you know not to call me.
the thing that's so wild about it is that they were both agreeing, which means whoever did this gave the other person the ick and gave themselves the ick. Because they were both like, oh, this is the most disgusting thing I had ever seen. But one of them did it.
Well, and the fact that they were together when it happened, because honestly, to be that drunk and eating a full pot pie like that sounds like one of them got dumped.
Yeah, no one should be doing this
That's-
in a happy life.
No, that's not that's not behavior for when you're doing well.
Yeah, that's not
Just
like
mentally and emotionally.
hey, my girl's out of town, so you know what the boys go do.
Yeah, we're
Full
gonna
pot pie
party.
weekend, okay? we go get nasty with it. All right, we getting baked, and when I say
Yeah.
baked, I mean pot pie,
Yeah.
baked every day. Okay,
God, the boys slurp some gravy.
it's gonna be juicy. You gonna be slipping,
Yeah.
crusty
Getting
at the
them
top.
veggies. Getting them veggies in.
Yeah,
I mean, the boys.
maybe a little bit of stew meat in there just to spice it up.
Yeah, just like Grandma used to make.
Just
the
like
OG bro.
just like Grandma used to make, except way too much that Grandma never made. She did a reasonable amount. I'm a
No,
ball
she
out.
made the right amount. She made the right amount. She was a responsible woman, but not me.
But not me, you know what I mean? I got to flex on them. And by flex on them, I mean get so sick that I cannot flex a single muscle,
Yeah. Now give me the spatula with the biggest holes in it.
Give me the spatula that'll let people know, hey, I eat like a baby.
Yeah. These clothes, they don't go in the wash. They go in the fire.
Yeah, not my lucky shirt, okay?
Nuh-uh. These clothes will not be saved because it's about to get so crazy in here.
I'm about to be soaked in pot juice.
Shit.
All right?
We might have to buy a new house
Yeah.
for how wild it's going to get this weekend with the pot pies and the boys.
Hey, when I say the boys, I do mean just me.
I mean, me by myself. I have trouble making adult friends. Ooh.
Also,
Pie.
Also, we have a carpet, so this living room will be ruined, okay? There's certain decisions you can't make with carpet that I'm going to make anyway because I'm nice like that.
See, now I'm going to go ahead and combine these stories and say that this is how the pie lady who got bullied at the fair reacted. She went home and got drunk and made a pot pie.
And made a pot pie and just spilled most of it on herself.
Just spilled most of it.
Which is also very hot. Like that, like if you burn yourself, have you ever burned yourself with a pot pie before?
Sure. I mean, I burned myself with many food.
Well, this is my memory. This is why I'm this person's living foul is because when I was little, one of the first things that I used the oven for, because it was a big deal that I was using the oven when I was a little kid, because for so long I was told not to touch it. And then finally they were like, you're old enough that if you want something that gets made in the oven, you can put it in. You just have to follow the instructions. And so I remember, this is so insane. I remember wanting a pot pie. I think I was at my grandma's house. I wanted a pot pie, and this is so dumb. I wanted a pot pie, and they were like, follow the instructions. So I followed the instructions, and they were watching over me as well to make sure I was like doing it right. Preheated the oven, got it to 400, took out the pie out of the box, undid the film, everything, like, and then, you know, put the pie in. I was feeling like a big boy, right? And then you know, the oven,
Gonna clip that audio to use later.
the
Feel
oven
like a big boy.
didn't have a timer on it, or at least the timer didn't work, so I had to keep time myself. So I was watching the clock, because the clock said in 20 minutes the pot pie is going to be ready. It was a little mini one, right?
Right.
And so I'm just watching, and every so often I'm even having, like, panic attack is a strong word for it, but I'm even having moments of like freaking out, because I'll be watching TV and then remember I haven't checked the clock in a while, so I'm like, oh, did I miss it? You know what I mean? Like, because I want the perfect golden brown pot pie to prove that I could use the oven. You know?
Yeah, you got a lot riding on this.
Yeah, and so
This is an important pot pie.
so then I see the time. I'm freaking out because it's 20 minutes. I looked just as it was turning 19, and so I remember counting down the seconds on the clock, because I thought that's how cooking worked. Like, I thought that at 20 minutes it would be perfect. And so then I lower the oven door, and like somehow, whether I wasn't told or I just forgot, somehow information about oven mitts had slipped through the cracks. So it doesn't even occur to me to grab an oven mitt.
Yeah, this.
You know?
Yeah,
And so
you didn't know this was a thing that existed.
Yeah. And so I
Just reach on in.
reach in and grab the pot pie, right? Now the pot pie's tin that it's in is like a foil type aluminum, you know, around it that it cooks in.
Yeah.
And so I reach in, I grab it. The way that I grab it is I grab with my index finger and just the I guess like inside of my thumb around the foil part, but then I end up putting my thumb in the pie when I'm grabbing it to pull it out.
Oh.
And so I put my thumb in the pie. I'm burning, like my I think my thumb is going to burn off, because I didn't realize that it would be this hot. I didn't like finish in my head what cooking, like how to get something out of the oven. And so it's to the point where my finger's already in, and so even in pain, I pull the pot pie out of the oven.
Yeah.
Like I just rip it out real quick, right? This all happens so fast. It's not like I have a blister or anything. Like my thumb is clearly burned and hurt,
Right.
and I want to cry because I'm little, but I also don't want to give away that I've made such like an insane mistake. Like as soon as my thumb is in the pie, I realize I've done something horribly wrong.
You know this is going to affect your final score.
It's going to affect my ability to use the oven, which is also going to affect the snacks that I get. Because sometimes I want something and my grandma didn't feel like making it, or didn't feel, you know, so if I can do something myself, I can have it whenever I want.
This is a big moment in your life. You're leveling up as a big boy.
And so my thumb goes in the piping hot pie, right? That's how I know it's
Jack
done.
Hornered yourself.
Is because steam is shooting between my thumb and the pie. And so I rip the pie out. I like set the pie down on the oven door that's all like all the way down. I then realized this is what oven mitts are for. And so I grab the oven mitts and then, you know, grab the pie, put it on the counter and everything. Am nursing my thumb. And this is so devastating. I'm eating the pie later, like I let it cool for a sec, because I'm like really hurt. I'm like sitting there like, ooh, and I'm trying to hide it as well, because I just don't want anybody to know how badly I messed up, you know?
Yeah.
And so I'm like really like nursing, but like I'm trying to not let my thumb touch anything while not showing it's hurt. And so then it's time to eat the pie, but I burn the thumb that I eat with normally. So I eat a lot with my left hand. And so I burned my left thumb.
The thumb that you eat with though makes it sound like you just dip your thumb into things.
Oh yeah. That's how.
just stab food with my thumb and then into my mouth.
Yeah, instead of counting calories, I just eat a thumbful at a time, and then 100 thumbs and you're full.
I eat 100 thumbs a day.
And so then I can't now grab the fork because this thumb hurts so bad that I can't like grab the fork and eat the pot pie. And so I use my right hand, which I'm like a left-handed person. And so I am completely missing my mouth. You think eating was an ambidextrous thing? And is for me, it's just clearly not. So I am missing my mouth and burning my lip with hot pot pie because I'm just using the wrong hand. Like in a weird way, I don't even know how to hold the fork.
No, I know, and the problem is too is it's high stakes. You got high stakes to suddenly be ambidextrous because not only are you trying to show you're a big boy, but what you're wielding is hot.
Yeah. And
hot and messy. So it's like this is a lot. This is a lot on a little guy.
So I've got one thumb in the air just to cool, right? And then I've got my other thumb on the fork, and I'm just it's crazy. I actually feel like I was in an accident or something. I'm relearning to use my limbs because I've never even tried to eat with my right hand before.
Yeah, definitely the same thing.
No, I'm just saying it's like because I'm trying to eat with my right hand for the first time and hold a fork, right. It's like not even occurring to me how to do it. Like it's genuinely, I have to think about how I would do it with my left, try to mirror it with my right hand, stab the pie, lift it up, and not like fling it into my own face.
Right. Yeah.
Because the crust is super hard. Mm-hmm. Like if it was just already all broken off, then maybe I'd have a better chance. But the crust is also hard, so I'm not even aware of how much pressure to put on the fork. Like all this is going through my head because I'm like still trying to hide that my thumb is red, by the way. Like
probably quite burned.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah. So I don't have a blister, but my thumb is like, it doesn't look like my thumb, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was terrible.
Wow, some pot pie trauma.
Yeah,
that you had there.
Because then the worst part is that I did all that of like thinking about like calm down,
PTSD,
accept
pot pie
the
stress
pain.
disorder.
Yeah, accept the pain. Know that you can use your right hand to eat. Don't freak out. Yes. All right, this is possible.
Turns out a lot of people do it. A lot of people use their right hand for eating.
And so then I remember I finally got like a respectable forkful of pot pie, right? Some peas, some carrots, a little bit of meat. I was doing it all. And then when I went to put it in my mouth, it burned my tongue. And I was like, I think I'm done for the day. Like I
You just walk into your mom, just be like, I should not be trusted with the oven.
I'm not ready for the oven. Also, I may need all the doctors because my thumb feels ruined.
Yes. I don't know if you can see my thumb bubbling. But that is part of why I think I should not be trusted with the oven. Thank you for this experience.
Which I'm sure was really just to give you a break.
Yeah. I'm sure you saw this as a way to do less for me and for me to be more independent. And I'm going to let you know now that no.
Yeah.
Just going to let you know that I'm going to say no.
I'm also going to throw out there that after the thumb thing, I put a Band-Aid on it because in my head, all Band-Aids made things better.
Well, that's just child logic. Yeah, a Band-Aid will fix it.
But because now, at least when my finger was in the air, nothing was touching it, whatever. Now with a Band-Aid on, it's constantly being touched.
Yeah.
Like now, anytime I move my head, I'm like, yeah!
Yeah, if you put a Band-Aid on it, you feel the blister grow.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you feel it actually from beginning to end be created.
This Band-Aid is getting tight.
Yeah. Wow, this was wasn't expecting so much pie drama for this episode, but it's what happens. Hey, real quick before we go, should we open up the mailbag?
Yeah, let's do it.
I got one thing just because I think this will go perfect with the sentiment of a gun is a social reset for because that's kind of I'd say maybe an emo statement or something. So how about we look at the return of Goth Josh? There we go. It's a new one. This is from Mike, and it's it's post-apocalyptic Slender Man Goth Josh is what we have. So this one here, look at that. You look badass in this. How do you feel about this?
It is very well drawn. This is wild.
It's like something out of Sandman.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like truly wild.
And then they also put this one down here. It says, I'm not sure if Josh digs Afro Samurai, but here he is. So this must be a different take on it. That one enlarged, but...
Yeah, wow. Wow.
So there you go. A couple different... We'll put those in the video, probably post them on Instagram. But thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Those are both very cool. Those are some gnarly Goth Joshes / Samurai Joshes / post-apocalyptic Slenderman Joshes.
Yeah, that the other one looks like straight out of Samurai Jack. Like, I don't know if I'm a good guy or a bad guy, but I'm in it.
Yeah, you're a mysterious figure in the distance watching them or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike. And thank you for listening. Well, we had a great time recording. I hope you had a great time listening. Thanks so much for listening to the show. If you're looking to catch up with us on any of the socials, you can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, where we post clips of the show. You can also find me on @JoshJohnson on Twitter and Josh J Comedy on Facebook if you still use it. And if you're looking for Logan,
you can follow me on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to get into the mailbag like Mike did there and send us stuff, joshjohnsonshow @gmail.com. You can also get in the mailbag by leaving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. And if you want bonus stuff, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/JoshJohnsonShow. We have bonus podcasts and video stuff and access to past live shows. And speaking of live shows, we have one coming up October 16th. It's a Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We are doing another one. I can tell you right now, I already plan for that one since it's our October live show. The teased several times throughout the show, the creepy ass dolls that Jess has in our house are probably going to make an appearance at this coming live show, much to mine and Josh's chagrin.
Chagrin's one way to put it. We hope you join us for the virtual live, but also that you have a great rest of the day into your weekend. All right? Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really supports the channel. Hit the bell notification because apparently it's the only way YouTube will tell you that something happened. And just tell a friend. That's the biggest thing you could do. Just tell one person in your life that you like, maybe you don't like, that this video happened to you.
We release the podcast every Thursday on all the podcast apps, so you should find us there and subscribe on those and comment and leave reviews and whatever on all of them. And also, if you want bonus stuff, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/JoshJohnsonShow. We have bonus podcasts and videos and stuff there, and we'd love to see you